This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 882 for the week of Monday, September 1st, 2025. My name is Zach. And on today's episode, for our Labor Day episode, we have Sam Leach, our anime recap host, with us. How's it going, Sam?
Yellow.
We also have contributor for the show, Jill Knight, on with us. How's it going, Jill?
Hello, my sluts. It's very hot here in California, but no one else on the podcast understands.
You live too far inland, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not close enough to the beach. I'm just far enough to die instead.
Those are the two choices.
Pretty much.
Yeah. We also, last but not least, we have friend of the show.
It's like being in San Diego and going to the zoo, which is way too far inland. It's always hot as fuck.
Yeah.
We have
smelly at the zoo.
We have friend of the show, Ken O'Connor, with us. How's it going, Ken?
Hello everyone. Hello. Happy 1st of September.
Yes, this September. I was surprised you didn't do the same intro as Jill did, but that's probably good for everyone. So before we get started, today we're going through chapter 1158. The title is Rocks versus Harald, which I forgot because the cover story really distracted me. We'll talk about that in a moment. We also have a double anime recap, Sam?
Single anime
Single,
recap.
we caught
were
up.
Preparing for a double, but I didn't realize we had it was a clip show this week.
So what do we have this week, Sam?
We have episode 1141, and it's featuring the giant pirates arriving at Egghead.
There's only 17 episodes, 17 numbers separating the anime and manga now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we almost had that convergence, but yeah, I forget what happened earlier today, so I'm probably not the best person to ask about that. Before we get started, a couple bits of podcast news. First, Ken, you were at Anime New York City.
I was, yeah.
You got to see everyone there. How's everyone doing?
Good. I saw Steve and Vero and Brodsky and a bunch of other friends of the show and whatnot. It was a good time. I was there all 4 days this year. Usually I only do like 1 or 2 days, but since they moved it to the summer last year, it had a much bigger turnout, closer to Anime
Does the
Expo.
Javits Center still smell damp all the time?
A little bit. It smelled very bad on Saturday. The other days wasn't as bad, but Saturday they had issues with the AC and it just overall felt not so great there. Yeah, but it was a good time though. It's definitely gotten much bigger. It's almost reaching like New York Comic-Con levels of attendance.
I mean, where it is in the city, it's practically in the Hudson River.
Yeah. Also, where I took my bar exam, I think I've mentioned before. Not during Anime NYC. That would have been much better.
That's the ultimate test if you can pass the bar exam during.
But I really want that POP I see over there. But I need to answer.
When I took the bar exam, I had to drive to Roanoke, Virginia, and wear a suit to this test. That's
still insane. By the context, Virginia requires suits. Yeah, which is insane for so many. Do they still? Do you know? I guess who cares?
I don't know. I haven't checked in a long time.
And Jill, what have you been up to? I feel like it's been a few weeks or months since we've had you on, right?
Yeah, I mean,
what have you been purchasing? Is where I'm going with that.
Oh, okay. You mean like
or Shirahoshis or
no. Listen, I'm like, okay, guys, I've really run out of room in my life for a lot of merch, unfortunately. So it's not the want that has decreased in me; it's the ability to own more things.
Mm-hmm.
But I did buy myself a One Piece Labubu this morning.
Which one?
Well, it was a gacha box, which of course very exciting, always gets me. And it was Nami, which is incredible because I think she's the one who would be selling the Labubus of the Straw Hats. So yeah.
Aren't the fake ones called like Lafufus or something like that?
Pazuzus.
See, that I would buy. I'd buy a Pazuzu.
I'm gonna be honest. I only heard of Labubus like maybe days ago, and I was happier before I heard about that. And that's all I have to say about that. I also want to mention OPPieces, the series that Delaney has been putting out of shorts. I think it did very well on YouTube, and not just because it was very funny, I hope. But we hope to be putting out more of those on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/OnePiecePodcast, over the coming days and weeks. The one we put out this time, they're clips from the show, animated, thanks to Delaney. This one was all about Steve turning into his George Costanza stand when he decided he hated baseball forever. It's a great listen.
Yeah, Delaney did a good job with that. They used the Psycons and made them very animated and had a bunch of like background like elements from old cartoons. It's a really good watch.
Delaney.
It's very Delaney. Yeah,
that is Delaney's touch. I think if you knew nothing about our show but you knew about Delaney, you would know that that's it.
I'm gonna be real. I would give Steve the extra card that I got, but it's worth too much money. Sorry, Steve.
Oh, that's so much worse. You just
listen. If it was $20, I'd hand it over to Steve. It is not $20.
You just like threw. What's the worst thing you could throw into a wound? It's worse than salt. I'll have to think about that.
I was a jerk at Anime NYC. Steve couldn't leave his table much. I like walked over like, yeah, they're giving out the extra Dodger cards at the One Piece TCG booth. And
this should haunt him for the rest of his days.
Well, you know what's crazy? Sorry, I wasn't here after my Dodger thing, so I didn't get to talk about it.
Right.
But
I want to hear about it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit. We get there, and like this like group of people sit in front of us, and they're not One Piece fans. They just go to every Dodgers game. It's like these 5 old retired people. I'm talking to these women. She's like, "Oh, that card? Yeah, I had a man buy it for me for $20. He said his brother was, just couldn't make it, and this was his favorite thing." She's like, "I wanted to give it to him for free, but he insisted on giving me $20. I was like, man.
Old people have so much money.
Yeah, well, she had no idea at all what it was worth.
Who would
And
know?
then some other lady's like, "Oh, I dropped it somewhere," and I was like, whatever. And I was like, no.
Oh God.
So Steve should have been searching the ground.
Steve should have done. Yeah, Steve should. Come on, right, Jill? Are we wrong that Steve should have made some? Who is in the right here? Because Steve makes me feel like a jackass.
Well, here's the thing. I would not make a fuss because I have so much social anxiety that I would just accept this as my fate if they didn't hand me one. So I can't really be like, "Ooh, he should have made sure he got one."
No, do you know what you do in that situation? You tell someone without social anxiety that you're around, "Get me this card."
That's true. Yeah. I was there with my mom, so I could have sicked my mommy on those people.
And it would have been
so
a
I
really
guess
good
that
story.
could have worked.
Yeah.
But this was my mother's idea, but we both dressed as Luffy. It was so cute. Nice. Yeah.
You have an awesome mom.
I do. She's great. Yeah. She went to the Lakers thing with me as well. So.
Oh yeah. I remember that story too. How many sporting events now? One Piece sporting events have you been to?
2 for 2. We'll see what happens if I don't. What's hockey? Kings? I don't know. Other sports. Yay,
there was a hockey thing, wasn't there? I thought there.
If it was in LA, then I would be very sad to have missed it.
There was also the Clippers, and there was the thing at the Rams game, wasn't there?
No, there was this. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking. No, there was the Seattle Mariners had one. The Boston Red Sox had 2. The bobblehead one and another one.
Yeah, they had a Red Sox jersey promotion with Luffy on it.
Right, that's what it was. That was the second one.
Yeah,
and then there was the USC, I think, like many years ago.
The marching band.
I remember that.
That was 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah,
that was like our first foray into professional sports.
That was before Japan learned there were other cities in America besides New York and Los Angeles.
They have not learned that. Maybe Seattle they added. Yeah, that's all very crazy. I'm glad we got an extra epilogue to that Steve story.
Yeah, well, I had a good time. Sorry, Steve.
It's really awful that you have an extra and refuse to give it to him, but okay, I see how it is. Just because it's
too much money. It really is.
How much is it actually worth right now? I need to check.
Last I checked, it was $800.
Is that graded or ungraded?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It's however they gave it to me. I put it on a shelf. It's just sitting there.
Like you could send cards in for grading, and if you get a good grade on the card, like if the centering is nice, the corners are pristine.
Okay, I
It's
hate this
rated
discussion.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Any cards I have, they're just given to me for free, and I just look at the pretty pictures. I don't care anything about anything else. So they're just sitting on
That's how
a
it
shelf.
should be. That's how it should
No,
be.
we have listeners listening
Excuse
right
me?
now, throwing stuff at the wall, and those listeners are Sam Leach.
Well, here's the thing. My brothers spend fortunes on Magic the Gathering, and it has pretty much put me off of the entire idea. So
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
look at the pictures.
You can play the games online for free.
You know what else you could play online for free? Final Fantasy 14.
Do you know what else
Free
you can read
trial up to
online for
Stormblood.
free? One Piece. See what I did there? We could segue straight into it. Let's do the manga recap right
But-
after
Yes.
these messages, Sam.
But Jill, does Final Fantasy 14 have a card game in it?
Yes, we do. We have fucking triple triad.
We'll see you on the other side. This is the manga recap for chapter 1158, Rocks versus Harald. You can read this chapter and all chapters. They're free, unlike the Luffy Dodgers card, and available worldwide, unlike the Luffy Dodgers card, at shonenjump.viz.com and mangaplus.shueisha.co.jp. Ed is going to do our weekly Oda deep thought, his comments
Yes,
for the week.
the author comments were out early this week on viz.com/blog, so that's where they put them. Check them out. But Oda says this week, he says, I heard that if you get plenty of oil, it burns off and you lose weight. So give me that fat. Hashtag pray for Oda.
And it does not say that at the end, although that would have been really funny.
That's what I say as I eat McDonald's fries
Yeah.
by the handful, as they are meant
me
to
that
be
fat.
eaten.
Yeah.
Man, stay healthy. I think he's misunderstanding that there are certain types of oils that are better than others, probably too.
Yeah.
From the little I have heard and know, I know I think Oda does enjoy eating like Luffy. So for those reasons, Godspeed and hashtag pray for Oda. I get it though. It's good. But
We also know Oda a takoyaki fan as well.
yeah, I mean, as I said, he eats like Luffy. Luffy likes
Yeah.
takoyaki. I mean, it isn't a big stick of meat, you know?
Yeah.
Can't always have a stick of meat. Ken insisted on taking the cover story this week. I can't imagine why.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm a big Moria fan. So.
Yeah. Ken.
All right. Chapter 1158, Rocks vs. Harald. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 40. Here lies the heroic pirate of justice. And we see them leaving the grave of none other than Kozuki Moria. And immediately I thought of like Back to the Future, where it's like, Momo, it's Moria, your cousin, Kozuki Moria. So yeah, this is the grave of Moria, and I actually went back and looked at the two previous cover pages, because Oda kind of like built this up slowly, like, okay, it's a hero who was born in Ringo, lived in the West Blue, died and they couldn't find a body, like all the pieces are there, and apparently Gecko Moria is actually a Kozuki, according to this cover page.
He's from the Higurashi line of the family, I think.
The Higurashi line?
No, the
Higurashi-
Higurashi was Aunt Clay.
Well, that's the Kurozumi. This is
Well,
Koz-
she's
Oh,
related
right.
to
yeah,
Orochi.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So this is Momo's family.
So Ken, are you the one who pointed out what another fan pointed out about the name? I'm trying to remember.
No, that
Or
was Joey.
that
I
it's
think.
it's
yeah,
the
Joey.
kanji, because the Kozuki. This I clocked.
Sam,
I
yeah,
remember
go for it.
this because the Kozuki's kanji, in how their name is written, it's like it's light and moon, so it's like moonlight but backwards.
So
And
yeah, go ahead.
and if you flip the two back to moon and light, then like a reading of that would be Gekko.
Right.
And I remember, a thing I distinctly remember. I remember when the Kozuki name first came up in Zoe. And I remember like Steven, for like one chapter, Steven had gone with a different reading of Kozuki. I can't remember what exactly it was.
We got to go back to that chapter. I remember the episode that was for the podcast.
It instilled in me that the Kozuki name is Moonlight, and like when I saw Kozuki Moria, I was like, wait a second, hold on. Like, cause like moon is like Getsu, light is often Gekko.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again, this is a good chapter, but like this cover story was kind of mind blowing to me. I don't know what it adds in terms of like it's a cool reveal and it does line up. But I don't know what that does for the story in its current state. Like we haven't seen Moria since he was saved.
Like what are the ramifications of that?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
In addition, is this Moria's like parent or is it Moria?
No, I think it's Moria because we know we
he was defeated by Kaido, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For some reason, we never knew why, but now it makes sense. Moria fought Kaido in Ringo, and that's where Kaido killed his entire crew. And that's when Moria kind of went off and started Thriller Bark and doing all that. So we never knew why Moria was in.
He just
Ringo
came home to steal a body and a sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Rima.
Yeah.
When did Moria get Thriller Bark then? Because I know that's also.
Well, Thriller Bark is from West Blue. Also, that's the other crazy thing. And God Valley is also from West Blue.
Yeah. Well, that's what in the cover story last week it said a hero who was born in Ringo but raised in West Blue. So that's Moria. He was born in Ringo, raised in West Blue.
Well, how? Wait, where are the Wano folk getting the West Blue from?
It's the Wano folk aren't maybe. Well, maybe they are, but it was in the cover story.
Or I guess was Moria born in West Blue and then came to Wano?
No, born in Ringo.
Born in Ringo.
Oh wait, no, wait. I got backwards. Go pay your respects at the grave of the hero, born in the West Blue and raised in Ringo. So he was born in the West Blue, raised in Ringo. And then I guess he fought Kaido, got kicked out of Wano, did Thriller Bark.
He fought against Kaido to protect his village, but perished without leaving a body behind. It still could be a relative, though. That's the thing that I'm not like 100% on.
I think it's a more interesting twist if it is the Moria we know.
Yes, I agree with
it's
you.
Like, it's just like, what? And then, you're trying, we've been spending all these years trying to like even make sense of what Moria is. Because he's just like he doesn't like resemble any other like race of people in the series.
No, he doesn't. But he also clearly did some surgery on himself, like, or at least
when did he meet Hogback?
Yeah.
He met Hogback years later because he met Perona and Absalom. He met Hogback last. Like he met Perona and Absalom very early on, and Hogback was like the final piece of his puzzle.
And also, go ahead. Sorry.
Was he ever a swordsman of his own, or is he?
Yeah, he's shown with a sword. He's shown with a sword.
He has two giant scissors that it's one scissor that he takes apart as blades.
So, no, but you see him with a sword, I think, in that flashback with Kaido, like that like little tiny panel showing.
Yes.
And this is during the Odin flashback, I think, and this is when Moria came. And the only other glimpse of him I think we see in the past is from chapter 0. That I could think of.
Without his chin.
Oh yeah,
without his chin.
The Chad Gecko Moria.
Yeah. I remember everyone went crazy for that.
Maybe this is ramifications with the Seraphim. I don't know how, but I don't know. I mean, that's that's the only thing I could think of with Moria left in the story if he's truly dead.
It's just crazy to like look back at like Skypiea, we've spent years being like, oh, this is gonna tie into all these other things, but like nobody was like really looking at Thriller Bark that way.
Yeah. We just kind of thought, oh, that's where you get Brook and Laboon and beating another warlord. Yeah,
and
just the Galley Law thing too. That's blown my mind.
Samurai Wano, Ryuma.
Yeah.
Well, no,
that's
Galley Law is
the
Punk
first
Hazard.
time.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Thriller Bark was the first time Wano's mentioned in the concept of there being a samurai country. Obviously, Moria is related to the Kozuki clan, which is crazy.
It's interesting. 11th7. It said, but perish out leaving a body behind. I'm not sure. If I should have gone back. Is that the same wording they used when Moria's body disappeared during Marineford? Because they couldn't find his body then either. I feel like he keeps like slinking away and like.
Well, he does have a shadow fruit.
Yeah.
When did he get his shadow powers anyway? I don't know.
He disappears and he lets people think he's dead.
Exactly.
So
I think this is Moria. I think this is Gecko Moria.
Also, ores. He's making ores. He's using ores as corpse. The whole question of like, what's the relationship between the ancient giants and Kaido and the giant Onigashima skull?
Good question.
Yeah, we have that. It's it's crazy because Thriller Bark
and we still know so little about like why Wano cares about Shusui, the sword, and like and Ryuma.
Well, yeah, you have to read Wanted for no. I will say, like, Thriller, you were absolutely hit the nail on the head about Thriller Bark. I think, like, Skypiea, you're correctly so. For years has been, the more intense One Piece fans such as ourselves saying, you have to read it. It's super important. It's clearly going to be very important at the end. But Thriller Bark is the one that's really been paying dividends since Egghead, at least, with the Kuma stuff. And now with all the Rocks pirates being there, on Thriller Bark as zombies, the God Valley potential connection. There's a lot of Thriller Bark just like simmering on the surface of this flashback in particular, which kind of makes me wonder, maybe we will see Moria in the flashback itself because of that. Are we having another cover story convergence here?
Oh yeah, possibly.
I mean, it's always a possibility.
I wonder if we're finally going to find out what was at the end of Thriller Bark.
I think it's Gale Law. That's, I think, the thing we've been kind of like, now we kind of have, although the whole thing is they were frozen, so that makes no sense, but it could be, or it could be fragments of it.
Like, there's so many things it could be at this point, I think. Or it could be something completely new.
But if Giants in any way constructed Thriller Bark, it does then stand to reason that maybe the Giants were around Thriller Bark at that time.
But those shadows are like much bigger than even like Oars, right? Like Oars is not the size of the full island.
That's true.
It could just be Oda.
Monsters are.
I always thought the shadows were.
I never wanted to know what the shadows.
Yeah, I thought
are.
Zunasha's leg size do like that
but the
idea.
eyes.
I think they're going to be. I think they're either going to be other elephants, or they're going to be, or I would prefer they just stay mysterious.
A bunch of Gear 5 Luffy's wandering around the ocean.
That feels like something Oda set up. Whether he knew the answer to it or not is a good question. But
it just felt like it was to keep the Florian Triangle feeling magical and mysterious.
Yeah, but that feels like something he put there with a purpose. Yeah, like there are times I agree with you, Sam. Like having a mystery remain a mystery is the better option. But I don't know if this is one of those times.
If it was something like, and the mist closed and Thriller Bark mysteriously and ships continue to go missing, I'd be like, okay, it's just going to be an evil island forever.
Is that not how it
ends? But then it shows eyeballs and creatures.
Because you're like, oh, there's mysteries that are even crazier than what we.
Yeah, but like if it was, but it's Oda. So it's gonna be something.
I mean, I'm sure. Like it will come up again. I'm just thinking, like of all the mysteries to be just mysteries for the sake of mysteries. That's just like the most obvious.
So to get centered here, before we get off of the cover story one day, he's 50 years old, Moria right now. Mm-hmm. He was 26 when he attended the execution of Gold Roger. He was 25 when he went up against the Beast Pirates in Ringo, where he stole...
that was a year before he witnessed the execution.
The year after.
The year after,
when he was when he was 27. That's my fault. I have a known track record of getting ages wrong, so apologies.
Odin's around that age, right?
I don't know how old he would be right now, Odin. You could feel free to check.
Are they brothers? Are they cousins? Are they
Odin? I mean, That's true.
Well, he
It's
looks like a
Kozuki,
leek, right?
It's Kozuki.
They're family members.
He looks so ridiculous though.
Your
Like
cousin, Kozuki
how
Furia.
is he? How is he Wano-ese even? Like, you know,
What
like
Well,
not to
Japanese food
generalize.
does he resemble?
Right.
Is he adopted? Did he go through some? Is he
Well,
like the runt of the
well, that's the
clan?
thing.
If they
He
said
was
he's
born-
from West Blue,
He was
which
born
is
in the
weird.
West Blue, raised in Ringo.
Like, how do you
So-
get there?
No. Is that what I said, or was it the other way around?
No, I had it wrong the first time. He was born in West Blue, raised in Ringo.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it must have been like an adopted thing, I assume.
The stork dropped him off in the wrong place.
Or his parents?
But like, is that a
Immigrated
thing that
somehow?
is taking on the name of your adopted parents a thing that they do in samurai world?
Ooh, I don't know enough about Samurai World. Is that a part of Wano that I don't know about?
And was it
well, what-
Odin's dad that adopted him? Was it?
It also reminds
He
me
was-
of like
by the way,
Toki,
he was-
because
Yeah, he
Toki's
was
family was from Wano, and she was constantly trying to get back to Wano in her time jumps.
Yes, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
He,
like that's an example of like a Wano person who got away from, and like all of Zoro and Kuina's
Family,
Group.
yeah.
yeah, people from Wano end up elsewhere, and then some of them come back.
he was
Well, it is
38,
illegal
by
to
the way.
leave.
It might be that too. He was 38 when he met Hogback, so that gives you like kind of the time frame that he reformed his crew.
What would be like narratively interesting to like go back to Thriller Bark and be like, this whole time you were this, and like it just was not, it didn't come up in the main.
Why would it have
arc
come
itself.
up? What conversations
Well, I'm
did
just
Luffy and
because, like,
Moria have? No, it makes sense. I think
as
That's-
readers,
yeah.
right? We feel a connection to Wano and the samurai through Ryuma when we're reading through Throwbark. We're like, okay, this is intentionally part of this narrative of the samurai, and this guy's from here, and Zoro has this relationship with them. But then like what's retroactively going to be interesting about seeing Moria in that light?
Why?
Is my question.
What is he? Is my question. Species wise, or
Was there a snake neck tribe?
There
mentioned, or
is,
am I
but they
just
don't
crazy?
look like
On
that.
the slave list in Shabati.
Yeah, but we see them at Whole
And
Cake
Two Big
Island,
Mom's
and they're
kids.
they're just long-necked people, regular-looking people. It's boring. It's a boring answer. But
Wasn't there a
got
couple
Moria.
of Big Mom's children? And there were twins from
Yes.
Big
Oh, that's right. That's right.
was it Mascarpone and
Joss Capone.
Mascarpone and
Joss
Joss
Capone.
Capone, yeah.
Why do I
Yes.
remember that? And
That's
get
a
that
great
pull,
fact
Zach.
out of my
That's a
head.
good job.
Get that
Moria
fact out of my
has
head.
like little horns. Like he has like the
Yes.
most.
Well, you know what?
They're of all the horned people we know,
Yeah.
they're like the least like distinctively like horns. They're
Horns
like
in the One
pieces
Piece
of
world.
flesh
Horns in the One Piece
They're
world.
attached
Not a
to his
big
head.
deal.
are coming out of his head.
Which is
Okay.
crazy,
Yeah,
to be honest.
it is.
Well, I think it's gonna like I think like the sheep horns and the ogre horns and the Moria horns and the I think that's gonna
They're
be
all
like the
gonna
different
get
wings
together
and
of the
join-
people.
Impel
We're the
down.
horny
has, like,
pirates.
The
how
horny
we
gang.
all,
the-
yeah, we're the horny gang. We all have horns. That's what it's
like how
about.
the sky
Nothing else.
people, the sky people from different regions have different wings.
Yeah.
Horn people from different tribes have different horns.
They go to different horny jails.
Yeah.
Not,
know what?
Not to,
That's it. I'm
different
gonna
horny
call it
jails.
there. That's gonna be the whole podcast for you. No, let's start the chapter.
And like Moria's like 1/4 horned person.
Wait, can I bring up one last thing before we leave the cover story?
Okay.
Just the fact that
Okay.
ores was found in a land of like it was never said where ores was found. Moria found ores in a land of ice or a land of cold.
Right.
That's how ores died. Was the fact that he got frostbite to death or wasn't used to the elements.
Mhm.
And like Ringo's the winter part of Wano, the icy
No.
part. I'm just saying.
This
I
is
don't know.
crazy, guys.
But Little Oars Jr., who somehow is alive in a thing, did not recognize that hat that Ace got him. And so if he were from Wano too, or had Wano lineage,
Oh.
would he know that hat?
Good call. Good call.
Yeah. I know Mascarpone, and I know that stupid hat.
You know
that-
where hats come from.
Yeah. Well, no, just it was like I remember the manga recaps, and Jill and Sam, I'm sure also, and Ed, I'm sure remember just talking about like, what is Little Oars Jr. and why is he here at the time? And I'm sure it's
Why is
important.
Little Oris Jr.?
And why is he here?
and then he just
Wano-
dies there, and you never
Yeah.
get answers.
No. You get no
and
answers.
there's the whole Wano's whole deal where like all the different regions are different seasoned islands, so it's clearly like some continent pulled them into place, right?
Yes. Why is his name Little Oars Jr.? Is that a little redundant for all of us? I think so.
It's cute.
He's
Zach.
not little at all.
That's the lie.
Yeah.
All right,
It's ironic.
Let's move on. We've been on this too long.
I like I'll end with the Reddit thread that comes up when you Google it. Why isn't Oars Jr. talked about more? So we're gonna end the discussion there so he isn't.
Please think
Jill.
about Little Oars Jr.
Please think about Little Oars Jr. Jill, what's going on in the first 2 pages?
Okay, so in a certain stretch of sea, the Oro Jackson, on the Oro Jackson Roger ship. Hey, Captain Roger! They're saying Shaki opened her own bar on Pirate Island and saw the rage too. I'm sorry, I don't know where that accent came from. That was really awkward.
I don't know, I like it. Oh, we
Okay.
said before the show, you asked the Valley Girl accents you want to do for the Kuja, and I said no, do the Valley Girl accents for Roger and Rayleigh and Kaban, and yet you still didn't.
I mean, do you want me to? I will do Valley Girl accents. It'll just sound the same for every single Roger pirate.
No, you can't do. I thought you could do different Valley Girl accents.
No, there's only one Valley Girl.
And what is it?
And she's me.
Oh.
She's me.
And she's me. That turned really introspective there at the end.
We're all Valley Girls.
We're all kind of Valley
Listen.
Girls at heart. Yeah.
You know, it's the Valley Girl in your heart, not in your voice.
It's like as Soga King says. It's the
Yeah.
Valley Girl in your heart. Yeah.
They could take the valley away from the girl. No, okay.
Okay.
Hooked it up.
We
All
are
right.
not even a page in. This is my
I'll
fault.
do it for
I
the
know.
Kuja Pirates because, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then there we see Roger right there, pouting adorably, looking so much like Shanks, over the railing. As the other pirates go, we were so bummed out when she abdicated her emperor's throne, but now that we know where to find her, let's go check it out. Hey, remember that Pirate Island is under Rock's control? As Gabon just like stands there menacingly, thinking deep thoughts. As he goes over to Rayleigh. Rayleigh, I couldn't help but notice that Roger's mood soured right after you two had that conversation in the captain's cabin.
Quote unquote conversation. Sorry. That's
They were
just
making
for the
out
Yaoi
there.
fans out there. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, no, I agree. Actually,
There's a lot of that this week.
lover
so.
spat, always good manga.
Yeah.
Can't believe they're letting a woman get in between them.
Mm.
As Rayleigh looks a little perturbed, and he goes, Gabon, what did you talk about? It was nothing. God, you're not my mom.
See, actually, so Rayleigh is like the emo kid in high school. Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I can
Oh,
see that.
as if.
Wait, are they like the Beverly Hills 90210 or something of pirates or some other show? No, I'm like thinking of like high
I never
school
watched
girls
that.
from. Me neither. I'm trying to think of high school girls from LA. Is there a specific show I should be referencing here?
Saved by the Bell?
The
I don't know.
OC? Is that high school?
It was Dawson's Creek.
North Carolina?
There we go.
I watched
Wow,
Mean
Ed.
Girls. I don't remember who that was, but
Are
Okay.
you trying to think of Degrassi?
That's
That's
Canada.
Canada. I think what was that one last one you said, Jill?
Mean Girls.
I think that one's in Chicago.
All right, well, my mom's from Chicago, so we'll just go with that.
Okay.
To be honest, I never watched any like teen girl coming of age movies because I lived it, and
Yeah,
that wasn't
yeah.
great.
I also hate high school related things. So the Mean
Breakfast
Girls
Club is also
pirates.
Chicago.
I did
Yes.
see Breakfast Club.
Okay, that's an exception because we didn't live in the 80s like that. Go ahead.
All right, they flash back right after sloppy makeouts here in Roger's cabin. Really was like, I wasn't gonna tell anyone about this, but I'll make a special exception for you, Roger.
Where's my fan?
Roger's like, so this was when we fought the Kuja before she abdicated. I remember noticing that Shakuyaku seemed to be ailing from some kind of illness. When I heard the news that she was giving up her position, I worried for her health. And it turns out that ever since then, you've been sitting on this note she passed to you.
Come
It's
on,
so
this
high
is
school.
this is so high school.
Yeah.
High School Musical, except for pirates, I guess. I'm thinking of the. all
They
the
do
high school
sing.
shows. Do they? Do the Roger pirates sing? They do.
I
I
mean,
guess they
They
do.
must,
later,
right?
yeah.
There's 0% chance.
But it's
that
only
doesn't
Big
happen.
Sasake.
It's only
and
Big
that's
Sasake
that's
on
the only
repeat.
one I
Well,
know.
no one else knows any music in the One Piece world. It's all
All
Big
in
Sake
Big
or Soul King.
Sake. Dun, dun.
And then Rayleigh is like, I know, it was too awkward to bring it up. And then Roger, it's clearly a love letter. How else should it be interpreted? And Shaku is like, come and get me. Shaku Yaku.
This is perfect. I know notes. Well, except that one.
Should be like a lipstick mark on it. It should be like bound with a heart sticker.
Yeah, like
Swack.
a schmuck.
Swack, yeah.
It needs 3 little boxes, like
Learned that word
yes,
from
no,
NCIS.
maybe.
Yeah.
I learned it from Rocco's Modern Life, I think. Yeah, this is why we're cool. Keep going.
As Roger yells at Rayleigh, true lover spat here. And you say you're not tempted by this at all? Well, I wouldn't say there's no temptation. I just don't want to be tied down, you know? Well, I do.
Wow. Roger.
Well, I mean, we know how he feels later on, where they go to Shaki's bar in Shabati, and she's like, Rayleigh's around here fucking around. He's hanging out with women somewhere.
She said that, but who knows if that's true.
They seem like swingers to me anyway.
They do.
You know what? You're so right.
You
That's
are
what my
so
fanfiction
right,
says.
Whoa, chill. Where was gonna go with that? Ed, what's going on next? Continue the high school drama here.
Sure. Listen up, folks. I'm not admitting defeat yet, as Roger huffs again and starts to, like, he's about to run off or something. But he says, pillaging is a pirate's true calling. If you want something, you take it. Ain't that right, boys? And I'm not sure who this is, but they say, you're talking about Shaki? Yeah. And who's this weird-looking kid or small person in the bottom right here?
Do we know the names of any of these people? Ken would be the one who would know.
No, there's not many for the
Okay.
Rogers Pirates.
Can I say it's crazy that we are introduced to the Rogers Pirates crew? We have no idea who some of these people are. They're just like background characters. Like, this is wild.
Some of them were in an SBS recently, weren't they?
Yeah,
Were
I
they?
think a bunch have been named in SBSs. I have to look.
And they're name dropping Marks here as the cook.
Right. Let me go grab.
So I guess this
volume
is
while
Roger
Ed goes.
responding to that random guy who says, that's right. Why would she be at Rox's Island, of all places? Everyone should have an equal shot. Let's go and take her. I'm hungry. Marks, feed me. I guess this is the cook. And then we go slightly earlier in time, Sacred Mary Joa, 40 years ago. We hear, you're getting ahead of yourself, Garling. The previous tourney just ended, and then Garling starts in. It's an unaffiliated nation with its own unique culture. I recommended that they join the world government, but I could not secure an agreement, and he gets an Oda box. Holy Knights, Figerland family, St. Garling, future elder.
I love that. Future elder. Future old person. He will be old in the future.
It's inevitable.
Unless he dies.
No, get
So,
that Oda
spoiler.
box off of me.
He continues, the island is rich in resources and would be a great benefit to us. The Great One will be quite pleased with it, I'm sure. Therefore, I strongly recommend God Valley for our next competition in 2 years' time.
It is interesting to me that it was named God Valley before the Celestial
Yes.
Dragons did anything on it.
Yes.
You laugh, dog.
Well, yeah, they went in the wrong way. That's why.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's our canon. I also thought we were going to get, and that's why we'll call it God Valley. Like, I thought we were getting that moment here.
Yeah.
So I wonder
but
what the
no.
resources are and why Emu would be pleased.
But yeah, there's a few things here, like that actually might be more interesting that we don't get that ridiculous exposition I just made
Yeah,
up.
I actually saw one theory that there was a road poneglyph there, and that's the one that Big Mom took back to Totoland.
Maybe
Huh.
but the fact that they have a specific resource makes me think it's probably more related to the ancient weapons or something else, or just rich
Like-
in resources generally.
Yeah, like it reads to me like there's resources that they want for just like general colonialization purposes,
Yeah,
Gotta love
and then
that.
there's this mysterious discovery that is
it's
on
rich in
top of
gold
it.
and slaves.
Well,
Well,
we never really talked how God Valley looks like it's been split open down the middle. Like even in we'll get there at the end of the chapter, but like it's still split open even before the events of the incident.
Like Punk Hazard, we know how Punk Hazard got that way.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, but we don't know how God Valley was something inside of it. Was there an ancient weapon inside? Like what was like? How did that giant split form?
Yeah, it looks like a giant like just chopped an axe.
There's definitely. I have a feeling that Oda has like a plan for that in the big flashback, and that would explain why it's called.
Or like in a matter of chapters, even.
Yeah, honestly,
no. Well,
I don't
it's
even
already
know.
It's already split.
Yeah,
like I think
we can go backwards. We can go flashbacks.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty flashbacky deep.
Well, we'll talk about that at the end. But I think that this. I feel like the idea of God Valley kind of came at the same time as a lot of the big lore stuff that Oda seemed to envision at the very beginning of Wano / end of Whole Cake Island period, where it seemed like that was probably when he mapped out the end game in a much more detailed way, because that's when like we first see Emu and the Reverie stuff, and God Valley and the bounties, and there's just like a lot of pieces laid during that year or so. I think it was like 2018-ish. And God Valley being amongst them makes me think that, okay, maybe he has like a much deeper plan for this. Ken.
All right, we are now at Shacky's Ripoff Bar on Pirate Island, and there's a giant line of people lined up at the bar. Hey, the line starts back there. It costs that much? I can't pay that. Step around and you'll do 2 years free labor. What? And we cut into the bar and it's busy as ever, and all the pirates are fawning over Shacky. I came all the way from the North Blue. I hear you got great whiskey here. Everyone says your stew is the best, Shacky.
By the way, there's Blackbeard at age 0. Did anyone else think that was Blackbeard or Rocks immediately? That face on the right,
the one leaning over the bar.
Yeah, the one who's like
he's got the nose.
He's got the nose.
He's got the right Blackbeard nose, not like the
her milkshake brings all the boys to the bar.
Damn,
and she's wearing her own merch too.
That's how you do it.
That's how you
Shacky knows
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
But Shacky's taking on stride, little tee-hee-hees here and there, and she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet of them. How precious, little hearts." But then the cold exterior comes over. But I don't cook for the likes of you. What? I just like, it's just like I always imagined. This is the best. All the pirates are like fawning over being treated like shit.
Yeah. Some guys will pay a lot of money for that.
Oh yes, yes. You're very
These
right,
guys
Ed.
especially.
And then from the back we hear Shacky's cook. I've got an order of my special simmered beans for you, Shacky, and we're all out of whiskey. And Shacky's like, cheap rum will do. Here's your high-end whiskey. So the stew is just beans. The whiskey is just cheap rum. Like Shacky's Ripoff Bar is living up to its name. And all the pirates are like, I've never been so thankful for abysmal service. They are loving it.
Has anyone else watched Bar Rescue?
Yes, with John Tapper.
I'm imagining John Tapper bursting in, being like, "You're giving them abysmal service. That's not how you treat your customers.
This rum is cheap. The stew is just beans. What are you doing?
It's illegal.
It's rotten.
You're gonna kill someone."
That's exactly what it is, Jill. But on the next page we turn and Shacky has excused herself to the side, and she's talking to Rox. And what's the matter, Rox? You seem so fulfilled. If I didn't know any better, I might think you've lost interest in me. And Rox is like, huh? And Big Mom is, Mom. See, a woman's intuition can be scary. And Rox is like, hey, pipe down. It's supposed to be a secret from everyone. And everyone's like, hey, what are you talking about? You're so dense. And we have Stussy here in the corner. It's not just a woman. That's the face of a new father. So the implication here is that Rox has moved on from Shacky, found a woman, and baby Blackbeard is now somewhere in the universe.
Who
menacingly.
fucked him? Why did they never tell us these things?
No, that was quick.
Yeah.
Well, she's already dead, and we'll never see her or know her name, so it's fine.
It's probably true.
I just find it interesting that this is implying that Blackbeard was indeed like born and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's always weird stuff like, oh, Blackbeard has a weird body and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess
Blackbeard's never slept in his life.
Exactly. So like I always was thinking like Blackbeard was gonna be like an artificial person or like a golem or something.
I mean,
Built in a
does
test
that
tube?
say that? Do we have confirmation? Does he say he has a woman?
No, it doesn't. And
I mean,
Well,
this seems obvious to me.
It's not just a woman. So there's a woman plus new fatherhood.
yeah.
Yeah. So who knows what happened? But it's the seeds have been laid there for more to come.
Gross.
At this point, I'm gonna assume D's mostly reproduced by asexual reproduction, mostly in the monkey D family.
Well,
most
but
likely.
not Roger. Clearly. Of his insane pregnancy. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, this lovely conversation is broken up by Roger bursting into the bar. Hey, Shacky! Oh, Shacky! It's me, your lover boy! Ah, it's the Roger Pirates! Quick, get a picture!
I think that, and Gabon is the one who says, "Oh, Shacky."
Yeah, Gavon's the one leaning in. They're all happy to see Shacky, and everyone's
He's more
fawning
like,
the Roger
ooh,
Pirates.
Shacky, it's Shacky. You see, that's the one. That's the one I was talking about.
And then as Shacky is turning, like, oh, immediately cut off by Rox getting up. Roger, how many times do I have to tell you? This is my island. And Roger's like, and it's Shacky's place. No fighting between customers, remember? So quit yapping, porcupine. And the two of them are getting each other's faces.
Damn.
Accurate.
Yeah, for that hairstyle. I see people drawing it like red and blue online, like his hair. I'm like, oh, a wild combination of colors.
It's great here because Roger knows that that's a fantastic insult. Look at how happy he is with that. He's been thinking about it the entire trip. Well, the jerk store call.
Roger looking a lot like Ace here to me.
I mean, this whole chapter, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's because he doesn't have the mustache, which is really the main distinguishing feature that he also has on his flag. And
See,
the way his hair is falling here.
The hair.
Yeah.
Are they going to
You guys know that Ace is dead?
Now
Jill, too soon. Come on.
Yeah, come on. It's been like 16 years. What are you doing? Sam.
All right, we turn the page, and Rox is saying, like, well, what about the huge line outside? Did you wait the whole time? How'd you get in here? And Roger's like, line? What line? Boys, come on, let's get a round of drinks. And they're like, yeah. We, see the outside of the building. There's a bunch of just bodies and swords sticking out of the ground. There was a fight that the Roger Pirates clearly won. And Whitebeard is excusing himself. He's like, ugh, I can't stand the noise those people make. Put it on Rox's tab as he's like leaving. And I got Shacky putting on the charms. She's like, oh, Roger, where's Ray? And Roger with just blushing cheeks and hearts coming out. A big smile. He's like, oh, I told him to come with us, but he's resting on the ship. Said he wasn't feeling so good. And then Gloriosa comes in with the glomp, and he's like, eek, Roger, darling, how I've missed you too. You finally come to take me away on your ship. And Roger's like, oh, Gloriosa. Oh, gross. Disgusting.
Ew, a girl.
Ugh, cooties. He's like, I keep telling you, no, I don't need a woman who throws hearts all over the place, causing chaos. And then the word bubble has to travel to the next panel. Like, but Shacky will be an exception, of course. And Gloriosa's like, what kind of logic is that? And then a panel of Shacky kind of quietly pouting. She's like, I'll pass too. And she's
Shacky with
real disappointed.
A dismissive exhale. Whew.
Yeah. Roger taking a seat, getting fawned over by Gloriosa, but he's looking over his shoulder the whole night, just being like, I wanted her.
I'm gonna give him such a wedgie when we get back.
And then Roger's like, "Hey, is Newgate around? I want to have a drink with him."
No, we just saw him
He's like,
walk out, dumbass.
He wasn't
just
there. He
left.
wasn't there. He wasn't there.
And now
Right?
Roger's really sad that Rayleigh didn't come.
Oh no,
along.
he was there. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Whitebeard literally
okay.
just left a
No,
minute ago.
Ed was right. Yeah. No.
And then out on the ship, we have what we presume is Rayleigh humming Bink Sake to himself.
And he has the egg. The egg is on the ship here.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
The
Yeah,
egg has
right.
been on the ship so far, the whole flashback. So this is something
Okay.
that's gone on for. I mean,
God, that mystery.
That's where
Yeah.
Buggy comes from.
that's the one I need. No, but they have it after Buggy's.
If that's
born,
not true, now I'm
presumably.
gonna be mad.
Oh, do they have it after Buggy's there? Never mind.
Wouldn't be, not to
It's a
spoil
very
the very
big egg for Buggy.
not to spoil the end of this chapter that ends with twins, but wouldn't it be great if then we see Blackbeard and Buggy both held in a bassinet in the same way?
Don't.
The prestige.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Rhymes.
The prestige.
The prestige. Okay,
But
do we have to do that as the image?
Twins.
I like the idea of Rayleigh sitting on the egg, keeping it warm while everyone's away. Like, someone has to be on the egg at all times.
Oh my!
That's why it never
God.
hatched.
Maybe it's actually just Roger just needs to be able to eat an omelet at all times. That's just supplies.
It's the emergency egg.
Yeah, much like Chopper is the
We need a
emergency
big
meat.
omelet.
The restraint to have kept.
Yeah,
it
that's
warm.
pretty unbelievable.
Well, I like to think
It's
he just
gone bad.
replenishes it.
Yeah,
like,
okay,
or
just
somehow.
giant eggs, replenisher.
He's like he's making some giant
It's where
species
you-
go extinct.
Jill, it's from the same place you got that Labubu. Is where
Oh
the
yeah, from
giant egg
just a
comes.
vending machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
All the rage in the New World.
Where were we? Stam.
Yeah, every
Where-
time I try to open my mouth, it turns into another.
There's a lot of good jokes.
Rayleigh's humming to himself. Time to ship up Binks's brew. Da, 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 da. And then I guess just psychically, Shocky is hearing this from the bar, and she's like swooning over his song.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think.
Yeah, it's a swoon in the corner. I think she's just like, he's still playing hard to get, or he's singing, and
Just the thought of him, I guess.
yeah,
Oh, you could actually see him on this. Okay, I didn't zoom in enough there. He is like actually on the. What do you call the lookout on the back?
On the stern?
Yeah, but there's probably like it's
The
the,
bus.
He's kicking his feet off the edge.
the poop deck. Yeah, probably
Yes.
pooping.
And at the bar, everyone's like, "Oh no, Shacky passed out. Oh, Miss Shacky, let us tend to you." And Glorious is on defense. Get your grubby man paws off of her.
Girl code. Even if you've got beef, you get
Yeah,
this dirty man away from her.
Glorious is still a girl's
and they're all
girl. We
dirty
love
there.
it.
None of them shower.
Oh
None
yeah.
of them.
Oh yeah. No way.
That bar
Ever.
smells.
She gives them the hose probably, but that does cost extra.
Oh, that costs their entire bar tab.
I like to think they all like do like a very like bad version of a shower before going to Shaggy's bar. Like they're just like tossing like a small amount of water on them.
Axe
like there.
body
They
spray.
put some, yeah,
All
they just put
clean for
Axe body
Shaggy.
spray on. That's all. That's it.
Oh, that bar smells horrible. It smells like a middle school gym.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
covered in
all-
Drakkar Noir.
This is One Piece High School. That's all this whole thing.
Oh my
is.
god, it is.
Um.
This is Rayleigh's Creek.
Yeah. Well. Oh, you know what? Like Steve Rayleigh's Creek. I like it. This is just the Super No Way School, the Venture Brothers thing that we've been talking about. It literally is
Super crazy no way school.
Super Crazy No Way School.
Oh, Steve posted that earlier too, right?
Super Crazy No Way High School is what it is. Sam.
Sorry,
let
Sam.
you finish.
We have an exterior, a far away exterior shot of Full of Lead, and the narrator is saying, by Shakiyaku's own decree, any who visited her bar were forbidden from fighting on the island. So even when rival pirates crossed paths there, no warfare resulted. And we get this very cool panel of these profile shots of Rox and Roger looking in opposite directions. And the narrator says, but at sea, it was a different story. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I love this panel.
So we go to the graduation ceremony on Elbaf. Imagining them with mortarboards now. In the underworld of Elbaf, I love the what's it called? The askew the directorial
The
choice.
Dutch angle?
Dutch tilt.
Dutch tilt, thank you. So yeah, we got a Dutch tilt angle toward the Atom Tree in Elbaf. We still don't see the top, right? We just see the, or no, that is the top. I guess we do see the top of the tree there, right? As we head toward the underworld, and Loki gets a slightly smaller tree in his arms and throws it. Now, Ed, I know has been like, okay, can you? This was hard to follow, but I'm gonna try. And he throws it at someone who.
He's getting blasted away.
He's
the fighting between Harald and Rox is like creating like a gust. So he's holding on for dear life, and the tree still snaps. And he goes flying backwards.
Okay, so was this just me that was a little confused by this beginning of the action?
Wasn't just you.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very sketchy.
Yeah. Not that
lots of hockey flying around.
It's not even. No, it's not even that sketchy. It's that it doesn't.
Flow.
Yes, it doesn't have a foundation as to like where you're supposed to be. I think as a reader, more specifically, because I think the panels are perfectly good looking and
yeah,
you know,
that's Loki getting blown away there, isn't he?
Yeah. So it's Loki getting blown away. All the animals. Now I get it. All the animals rushing away from the scene that is transpiring that we do not yet see, and Hyrodin hiding behind what looks like maybe a rock and watching this unfold. And here we have Rox with his regular sword and Harald with his much larger regular sword, fighting. What a clash! Rox seems to have the upper hand. Sorry. They both do that like fall back thing after big sword strikes that you see in every anime and every action film. And this is something I often say to my friends. How could you let the government get inside your head like that? And here is Harald saying, believe me, I wavered on this. Okay? Before I capitulated, I thought about this a lot. And Rock says, is this so important to you that you'll kill your own best friend to make it happen? This is such a one-sided relationship.
More like a stalker.
Yeah, he is absolutely more like that. 100% agree. But in Rox's head, they're BFFs. And here is Rock saying, you're just falling in line. They're using you and you don't even realize it. And pulls he's swinging his sword down. What happens next, Ken?
So on the next page, they clash, and Rox continues, don't you see? This is their answer. They only see your kind as a military force to be harnessed. They'll turn you into slaves and call you soldiers. Where's your warrior's pride gone? What does your own free will say? Don't act like you understand any of that. As Rox continues just smashing away at Harald, and then there's a lot of huffing and huffing, and then
that was Harald saying, "Don't act like you understand any of that."
Oh yes, you're right. Thank you, Ed. Sorry, I read that as my Rox voice. But yeah, Harald saying, "Don't act like you understand any of that." And Harald continues, "Our history of violence when we called ourselves warriors is nothing but a shackle that weighs Elbaf down. Now that we seek the way of peace." And we continue on. It cuts to a flashback of Harald talking to various kingdoms in the past. And I think you're a good man, Harald, but we've been raided by giants in the past. And Harald just has this solemn, sad look on his face. And then it cuts to another flashback. Fear is not so easily wiped clean from the nation's mind. I'm sorry. And so just Elbaf has done too much damage in Harald's opinion that it can't be undone easily. So Harald sees the world government as like, hey, if the world government says that we're nice and we're cool, then the whole world has to believe it, which is the only path he sees forward, it seems. And Harald continues, "Listen, Rocks, no matter how foolish and impetuous the celestial dragons may be, they have the power to usher Elbath into the circle of the world. No longer will we be on the outside." And then Rocks is not having it. "Stop it, you soft coward!" And big sword slash through Harald leaves a big circle impact on his back. And so they are just trading blows back and forth with no clear winner in sight. Jill, you're up.
Now we get back to high school. Chill.
As Rocks, we're here at the finale of their fight here, as he's shouting, "The talks are off! I'm never inviting you to my house party again!" And Harold's like, "I'm the king! I can't risk my people's lives on the losing battle of a villain like you."
Okay, now you're just Cartman.
Yeah,
Just do it,
like,
Cartman.
and here's the thing, I don't even watch
Screw you,
South
Harold.
Park.
I'm going home.
Yeah, that's literally.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
I'm no
That's
South
totally
Park
not
fan,
that way.
Great.
Yeah.
And as they're shouting, finishing their battle here, it's they could not see eye to eye. The odd little friendship between them came to an end, and for the time being, they met no longer. Aw, guys, they broke up in high school. So sad. Those relationships are never gonna win.
Yeah.
But they meet again until the day of that fateful incident. As little Loki sitting there looking out to sea, reading the newspaper as all children do. More news about rocks.
Children should not read the newspaper.
Well, I guess if in real life they would have probably just given Loki like an iPad and let him be raised that way down in the underworld, I think.
With those bandages, he'll need a screen reader.
That's true. That's unfortunate for everyone to hear what he's listening to. What's this woman's name?
Is it Ida?
Ida?
Ida. Ida? I think
Ida.
it's
Yeah.
Ida.
Ida. There's a Final Fantasy 14 character named Ida. Rip.
So then it is Ida.
How long is that expansion for, Jill? How many free?
Oh my god. Go.
We're up to Stormblood,
Hell yeah!
which is like 3 full games for free.
Okay, this is what you and Brodsky should be talking about.
Okay. As Ida goes, "Rox isn't coming, Loki. Shut up, you old hag. Want me to pour you some juice?" Yeah. Like a kitty. Aw.
He's
So
like
cute.
he's like a little Jotaro.
Yeah. So, it's we'll see how much he loves this mom or not. But so then we go to God Valley, West Blue, 39 years ago. People are just, wow, or like I guess are those babies? Those are the babies. I'm not gonna make baby noises. Please imagine baby noises.
Google.
I have a funny
as
story
the-
about that later, but yeah, go ahead.
As they go, "Oh, it's twin boys. They're so adorable, and they've got your red hair." She's like, "Yes, they do. We can only hope they turn out as wise as you two. Without their father around, we'll have to help you with that." "Thank you, sir." And as they're everyone crowds around. They're like, "What are their names?" And these two little bundles of joy, Shanks and Shamrock. But definitely they would have like 6 X's, and then like it wouldn't be spelled like that if this was modern days. It would be unique.
Shanks with an X.
It'd be Shamrock. Would it be like ROQUE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this wait, what? Is this an Organization 13 thing? Or?
No, you know
No.
how people name their children with unnecessary letters.
Yeah,
these
it's called a
days?
tragedy.
Tragedy. Yeah. It'd be like Shamrock, but it'd be like SHAYGM. The G is silent, and then ROQUE.
That sounds like no, I'm not even.
Wait a minute.
You gave your children normal names. Good for you, Zach.
Yeah,
Shamrock.
but my children spell my name ZAXQVWDC 16 5 600 and pizza.
That's a much cooler name.
oh my
Have you thought
God.
about changing it?
Yeah, can someone type that up for me?
That's Organization 14, Zach.
Oh, okay.
You know what else is number 14?
Yeah, no, I don't. Tell me, Joe.
Stormblood, right,
Fantasy
Jill?
14 to Stormblood.
Wait a minute. Shamrock's scar is on the wrong side. He couldn't have been the evil left twin.
Oh my god. Neither of them have scars.
The real evil twin has always been.
Okay. That's a Simpsons reference, I think.
Thank you.
I could have also been. I don't know what the Simpsons was referencing in doing that.
Which one of you eats fish heads?
Both of us.
Thank you, Ed.
Both of them.
Did you
Both of them do.
Did you like my sunglasses, brother?
Okay. I've officially lost control. I will say, if we didn't like Fingerlin Garland, whose name is awful, whose design is awful, who is awful, if we didn't like him before, the fact that he abandoned twins on this island should add, or at the very least is absentee.
So is their mother a native?
I have to assume, because everyone seems happy with her, but I'm so in. I mean, Oda's whatever. She's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, probably we're gonna get her name. She's gonna be like, "Ooh, my babies," and then die. But I am
Is there a
intrigued.
special race of red-haired people?
Well, they're
The redheads.
Oh, it's the redheads. I still think Shamrock's hair is green, and it better be.
It should be blue, and then we could get a Dante Virgil thing.
Okay. His name is Shamrock.
Yeah, but who cares?
So we think Roger picked up Shanks on God Valley.
Yeah, we've discussed this a lot before because we know from Film Red that Shanks is found in the treasure chest motif of finding a baby. And
I thought they said that was in God Valley.
That was in God Valley. Yeah, so that
so.
had been confirmed. I think that was in the One Piece Red timeline thing we've read on the air here before, not that long ago, I don't even think. I think that's also where all the Roger pirates are named, if I am not mistaken, because I was looking through SBS's, unable to find them in there, and I'm pretty sure that's where it is. That being said, this is interesting, like, the fact that Garling wants to go back to God Valley considering this. And does he even know that these two are there? Or there's a lot of. Obviously Shamrock is folded into the fold.
Do we even have confirmation that they're related by blood to Garland? He could have just adopted Shamrock.
That is also possible. Except that they look identical.
Well, listen, Big Mom isn't Bonnie's mother, so it's fine. They can share red hair.
That's true.
The gestation period in this world is not normal anyway.
It's subjective.
Well, what does the gestation period have to do necessarily?
Well,
she used her hockey actually to turn their hair red.
Blackbeard is not born already, as far as we know. He's born.
No,
he was born. He was born 40 years ago. Yeah, he was born 40 years ago. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
But he looks like he's 60, so that makes no sense. Especially in manga terms. Anyway, that's the chapter for this week. We have another chapter next week, so that's the big surprise at the end of this chapter, obviously.
Great.
But first, thoughts, Ed. What did you think of this week's chapter?
It's a pretty exciting chapter. I do like the high school shenanigans of the greatest generation of pirates. I guess Loki was upset that Daddy's the reason that Rock isn't coming back. And
I didn't even think about that. Poor Loki.
Yeah, this is a flashback about Loki, kind of. But it turned into Rayleigh's Creek. But overall, I do like to see their hot-blooded youth. That's been my favorite part of this so far. There's obviously more implications of this, especially in the cover story. We talked about those a lot. That's more confusing than anything. All the rest of what we know is that Rox ends up attacking God Valley when the Celestial Dragons are there, and Roger and Garp take him down there. So that would be exciting if we got all the way to that in this telling.
It seems more likely that we might, but who knows?
I'd like to see that, yeah. I don't have much else, but I did enjoy reading this.
Jill, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just having a good time with this stuff. I love, the battles and obviously, answers to questions we've all been waiting for is great. But, sometimes just getting to see these near mythical characters that we've just like kind of had built up for so long in One Piece, just like having their own like little lover spats, getting ripped off at a bar, like having fun.
Oh
I
yes,
know, I
those
enjoy it.
legend. Sorry to interrupt. Yes, those legends you've heard about. They were just high schoolers once.
Yeah, it's
also.
actually reminds me of something I think I said during Marineford is that when Luffy's doing this stuff, like breaking into Impel Down and crashing into the war at Marineford, like that's how people become legends. And these are just pirates being pirates, but they haven't become legends yet. They haven't. Roger hasn't got the One Piece. God Valley hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, for sure. It's just been a good time. I've just really enjoyed, learning more about these long dead characters. Or, or characters we got like bits of, like Whitebeard. I've been enjoying like his stuff too. He kind of seems like an idiot, I'm not gonna lie. But Uh I'm just having a good time with this, and I'm so excited to where we're going. I mean, everything about God Valley, as soon as it was introduced, it's all so mysterious, and exciting. And man, there's like, it's so weird to have been reading this series for so long and be on like the cusp of knowing some of these like crazy questions. I mean, man, I'm so excited. All right, that's all I got. Just excitement.
Ken.
This was a very good chapter. Like I said earlier, the Kozuki Moria stuff was, I think, that overtook everything for me because I want to know what the implications there are, because we have not seen Moria. Like, we saw Moria arrive at Pirate Island, and Blackbeard, it refused to join Blackbeard and got locked up, and then we didn't see him again, but it's implied that Kobe freed Moria with Perona's help during the big escape from Pirate Island saga during Egghead. So Moria is with Kobe and them and Sword, probably, and just I want to see how that's folded back into the story, because I think it's gonna be super interesting. Where it's going, no idea, but again, I feel like it's gonna tie back into the God Valley and the Thriller Bark and all the one. Like I see the threads, I just don't know how it's going to fit the narrative that we're currently dealing with right now. The stuff with Shanks and Shamrock at the end is super interesting, just because. So if the mom, the one with the red hair here, is truly the parents of Shanks and Shamrock, and that's Garling's lover, wife, if we want to talk about it, like that's a celestial dragon having kids with a non-celestial dragon. So it goes back to the part where he's talking to the elders, like, hey, we got to go back there in 2 years. Like, there's some big resources there that we need. I wonder if he's trying to cover up the fact that he had kids with a normal person. And it's like, hey, we got to go back there. Big resources, big money to make there. There's gold in those hills. And really, it's a way of, okay, when we get back there, shove our 2 kids in a treasure chest. I'll get them back up to the Holy Land, and we'll pretend that like they were born like celestials, kind of thing. Like, I feel like there's some weird cover up going on there with that, because again, we know that the Shanks chest gets picked up by the Roger Pirates in the scuffle, and Shamrock.
Didn't Linlin steal the dragon fruit for Kaido?
Yep.
There. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the treasure chests are empty because that's where the dragon fruit came from. Go ahead, Jill. Sorry.
Yeah, it's. I kind of thought that, but if that is true, then it implies that he is not free to like move about on his own and like go back to them. That like he's being watched or like controlled. So he doesn't have.
Garling strikes me as somebody who's got like nothing to hide from like Inu and them.
And also,
I don't know with this.
Is him doing this really an issue? Because I mean, we also saw what happened with grossly enough with Bonnie
Ginny. Like that seems like a pretty common MO, is to like take in people as
and also the celestial dragon
wives and
celestial dragons could literally do whatever the hell they want. And so is this really so?
Yeah, no, that's all fair. I just think there's something like why have your kids and leave, because they said like, oh, the dad's gone,
because
and if Garling is the dad,
he
why
sucks.
But I know, but
might be the reason. I don't know.
We don't know.
There's still a bunch of questions with God Valley too. We were talking about earlier, like why is it split open like that? Like if there's actually resources there, like what's going on? And now going back to Moria. Moria was born in West Blue, raised in Ringo. Was God Valley Moria's like home island? Is that why he makes God Valley Thriller Bark? Like again, there's so many little pieces Oda's just throwing out there, and I can see them all connecting. I can't see the bigger picture. I have all
God
edges.
Valley is already split down the middle there. We see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
what's up with that?
How and why and what's inside and what they find. Like, who knows? So, but yeah, good chapter overall. Again, it's kind of weird how we started as a Loki flashback into a Harald flashback into a Rocks flashback, and now it's okay.
It's
now
a
it's
Roger flashback.
Yeah, now it's just the quest for Shaki. And we have to see that come to fruition, because if it is truly, again, we talked about this, I think in the last podcast, that if Shaki is the treasure of Pirate Island and the Celestial Dragons kidnap Shaki and bring her to God Valley, and that's what makes Rocks go to God Valley, Roger go to God Valley, and Garp shows up because Roger's going there, and then Roger and Garp team up against Rock. Like, it's like the plan's coming together, and if it's all over Shaki, I think that's hilarious, but like, why?
But well, Rocks is over Shaki, though.
Yeah. So what if they took Blackbeard?
Oh,
his new treasure.
Jill. That's so good.
Maybe
I didn't even
because
think
it
of that.
does.
That's great.
Yeah, I assume Rocks is going there because it's part of becoming king of the world.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see where it goes.
And that's and whatever he wants there is also the thing that Garling probably wants.
God Valley is 38 years ago, right? So because we're a year.
Yeah, we're 1 year
or
away.
Or is it 39?
We're one. Yeah, that's 38. We're 1 year away from God Valley happening. So Shanks would be like 2 or 1.5 ish.
Yeah, that's that part. I'm
1 year old
confused.
when when he's found by.
He does. He looks a little older than like just an infant or something.
Okay, well, I don't know about Oda's like ability to draw. Like.
Let me pull up that timeline I was making, Zach. I was in the
yeah,
Discord,
you did
I started
make
listing
it.
out.
Yeah, I'm like curious about Shanks's specific age. Like, if he is 39 flat, then that kind of might explain it.
How long was his mom pregnant?
Oh my god, that has nothing to. That doesn't. I guess it's how long did he take to turn from baby to toddler? Yeah. So Ken.
Yeah.
What do we have?
I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find what channel I put it in.
That was a good time.
But that's my general. I'll keep looking for it, but that's my general thoughts. I'm just very interested to see where this God Valley, West Blue, the Lord Barak, Moria stuff all connects. Good chapter.
Sam, your thoughts?
Boy, this is. I feel like I'm still like digesting it. Like it's still just a big, like food turd. Digesting in my stomach right now.
What a way to put that. Okay, it's a turd digesting in your stomach.
Yeah, it's
high praise for
this
this chapter.
Whatever I ate is just sitting like a brick inside me,
So it's like a deep dish pizza.
Yeah, it's like I ate a whole pizza and
no, I just
still feels like
personally relating to this now.
What is this analogy?
I
feel casserole,
full, and
like
I feel a complicated flavors in my stomach.
Okay,
and,
Sam, I think we can move away from the metaphor.
The food digestion is
I was
not
hungry
always comfortable
until this conversation. So thanks for the diet help.
Yep.
I'm just so hung up on the Moria bit, honestly. I just think that's like the more that it can reveal more about Moria, and if it turns out that there's more stuff that we can point to in the past where we're like, oh my god, he clearly had that set up this whole time, and he completely bamboozled us. I would just be very impressed if there's a lot more going on there, and I kind of hope there is, because that's just so crazy and so weird. And yep.
Oh, sorry. Same line of thought. If Moria is dead, his fruit's out there. That's a kind of devastating fruit, to be honest.
I don't think he's dead.
No, he's alive.
Oh.
Yeah, he's almost certainly alive.
He was on full lad last we saw him, looking for Perona, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Oh yes, sorry. Forgot that whole bit.
Yeah, Perona and Moria are with Sword right now. If they escape in the same ship, that the rest
They
of the
did not
story
make that clear whether or not
They did not.
did.
But
Yeah, they're their own. Like how you got like Morgans and Vivi and Wapple together. You got like Moria and Kobe and Perona together.
Wow, what
Wild that we're at this point.
It is.
Yeah, I guess like I'm just like I'm sort of fascinated with the scope of like how interconnected the different characters are, but like how big the story behind the story behind the story is going to get yet. And I'm just like kind of like really eager and anticipating seeing kind of the layers reveal themselves, and I really hope that like a lot more of it than we expect is like stuff that's gonna in retrospect be like really obvious, or like, oh my god, like he definitely had more of this plan than you'd expect for how late he's bringing up some of these characters. It's just so much, and it's so complicated. I feel like the chapter is actually like really bad in the way of making it clear what it's implying. Like the baby Blackbeard bit stands out as like, man, if you really wanted us to understand this, you really should have written it in a more clear way. But maybe that's still coming up. It really does feel like the sort of thing where I don't expect to really learn much about Blackbeard's mom or even much about Rox's relationship with Blackbeard post birth. And I don't know. Like, and this has to wrap back to being about Loki again, probably sooner than later. So I'm thinking maybe they will delay the actual events of God Valley a little further, just so that they can make this a Loki flashback again. But I don't know. Like, it's so much, and I kind of hope that like it goes so far that it kind of turns into something new. If that makes any sense at all. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's so much, and I want it to pay off. And but it's like right now it's like almost like so it's working against itself by being so dense.
There are many layers to everything that's happening in One Piece right now, and it's hard to kind of like comprehend them. And then it's like, oh, but this leads to blah blah blah.
I've got the timeline I made pulled up. If you want to, you guys want to go through. I won't read out everything, just the ones that apply to this chapter.
It'll make me sound smarter when I say my thoughts.
So Shaki started her bar on full lead 42 years ago. Blackbeard is born 40 years ago. So Shaki's been on full lead 2 years at the time of this chapter. So Blackbeard is 40. That's 40 years ago. Shanks and Shamrock are born 39 years ago. So 1 year after Blackbeard is born.
So that
God Valley incident is 38 years ago.
Okay.
So 1 year after that, and that's when the Rocks Pirates break up as well. Just throwing this in. Edward Weevil, Whitebeard's supposed son, is born 35 years ago. So after the time of the Rocks Pirates.
Yeah, that makes less sense. Yeah.
It makes less sense for Gloria.
Wow, he's 35. I don't like that.
Guys, she just held the pregnancy in.
Oh, yeah, right. Why?
Well, you don't think they could meet up for a soiree once in a while?
No, they could. Just if it happened while they were on the crew together.
I don't think Whitebeard had consent there. Gave consent there.
Well, like I don't think he's really Weevil's father then.
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah.
But it's not in a traditional
way. It is actually much funnier if Weevil, maybe it's through Vegapunk, like a clone, because like
or maybe in a worse scientist, like.
But like in exchange, yeah. Well, no. But Vegapunk said, in exchange for me cloning you, Stussy,
I'll give you a child.
Oh no, that was that was Stussy, Buckingham Stussy. I'm right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Vegapunk sets up
Whitebeard's child. Yeah,
Whitebeard's white stuff.
Whitebeard's sweet cream.
Yeah, Vegapunk's about to set up like
my thoughts on the chapter. Yeah, I think, Sam, I agree with most of what you said, although I think my goals, my hopes are diverge. But yeah, I think someone posted the first page of this on Friday on our main Discord, And I'm like, wow, we're really learning a lot about Roger in this checks notes. Loki flashback. Like this, we have a few moments of grounding like per chapter, so Oda is aware of, the issue here, but it is definitely narratively messy. Like I think Sam, you kind of said that.
Yeah. I think part of where my hopes are, like, so right now I'm setting my expectations that this is what most flashbacks until the end of the series are going to be,
You're
where it's like
right.
It's going to be about a central character,
Yeah.
but then also like a big chunk of it, like Odin, like in this Loki flashback, a big chunk of it's going to be filling out the era before as much as possible.
My issue has been with this one in particular. Not again, this isn't a knock on it. It's not a knock on the story itself, but I just think narratively, even the best counterweight I have to this is Kuma's flashback, and that does narratively throw everything that everything that's being thrown at the pot is much more narratively intertwined. Kuma's on God Valley and related to the stuff, and he's in all of those incidents that come up in that flashback. Odin is at sees the One Piece, like, okay, that he's on Roger's crew. He's on Loki. I mean, Harald is not really involved in a lot of this. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Ken. I see.
It's kind of not just, sorry to interrupt. It's just it's with Odin, that was Odin's journal, so everything we saw was from Odin's point of view. With Kuma, it was Kuma's memories, so Kuma couldn't see anything that wasn't true. That Kuma wasn't there for. With this one, it starts off with Loki's exact memories point of view, and then like a page into Loki's flashback.
Yeah,
the unseen narrator's like, to have some emotional resonance here, you need this backstory.
Yeah,
so it's just Oda throwing everything at us.
We've disconnected from Loki's point of view quite a bit.
I feel like personally, I don't like that mechanism, and I mentioned this last week, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer on this generally. I think it's just that there could have been a better way to do that. We never had to have this be Loki's flashback, for example. We could have just had this in a different way. Like
Skypiea.
Yeah, like Scopper's supposedly here for most of this, right?
You know what? Skypiea is the perfect example, because that is obviously, as a reader, very narratively intertwined with what's going on, but no one's telling the story. No one's like, there's not like a specific, no
one learns it. It's just
it is
what
the
happens.
Narrative beaming it into your head.
But that's the show. Like, look, I did a lot of creative writing stuff. So it's show, don't tell. I know, yes, technically we're getting shown everything, but this really feels like, okay, here is expository stuff. Here's stuff that you should know, not stuff that you need to know for the specific story that we're telling here. It just feels messy. That's kind of my critique of it. It's not.
And I'm surprised how much time we spent with like Gloriosa and Chucky as like a centerpiece.
Yeah. Like, these are not bad ideas or a bad story. It's just very oddly weaved into the main story. Like, I don't have personally a good explanation as to why he's doing it the way he's doing it as we sit here today. That being said, Oda still has until the end of this flashback to change my mind, and he totally might, and he probably will. But as I sit here today, I'm that part of it. I want to say irritates me, but it does take me out of the story a little bit, personally, subjectively. Now to get into the specific. So yeah, no, I think the high school stuff is funny. Like, I was laughing a little bit out loud at this chapter being so over the top ridiculous.
I think what's
Roger.
great is that we don't get romance with the crew or anything like that. Like, the closest we get is Robin and Frankie wearing matching tank tops. But like, here it is, Roger just like having his wild youth days, and it's something we don't get much anywhere. So it's it's kind of fun.
I think it's super funny that Roger of all people's like, I do want to be tied down, Rayleigh.
Yeah.
You want to have flings. You want to sleep with many women. I want to find the one, Rayleigh.
I really want to.
Where's your romance, Rayleigh?
When he meets Rouge, and I wonder when we're getting that flashback, because I don't know. That's interesting. I don't even know the timeline of that. So I think she was much younger than him.
Yeah, much more pregnant than him.
Well, not according to the fan fiction.
Okay.
That's what he was attracted to about her. It's like, oh,
I love how pregnant she is. Her pauses, they take so long. Yeah, to be fair, Roger does seem like he has consistently wanted someone to like marry, like to have a life with, like that. He says that at the end, and it kind of in the end of his life, and it did kind of feel like a tacked on thing. So this does, I guess, kind of do a good job. I'm not gonna say retconning, but instilling that characteristic in him. Okay. It's stupid and funny. At the same time, I mean that as a compliment when I say stupid. The little sibling rivalry these two have. Rayleigh and Roger. Garling looks like an idiot when he's young, like a real idiot.
He always does.
Yeah, which I think is fine. He is clearly a shithead. Like baseline shithead. So that's fine. I realized, so we talked a little bit about Shaki morphing into Nami with black hair. And I definitely felt it this chapter besides the cigarette and the earrings. But I was looking at pictures of Shaki, like she has like a kind of square-ish jawline, which is a more unusual thing for Oda's female characters generally. And it's morphed kind of into his regular, good-looking girl kind of V. And that's, I think, detracted from the cool design that I really think Shaki has had in the past. Shaki has always been like a favorite design of mine. She's always been a very fascinating, interesting character, but I feel like she's just kind of been whitewashed a little bit by this flashback. I mean, like, not of her own fault, but just like kind of a weird set of choices Oda has made, but I'm sure he has something in mind, so I will put my faith in him here.
It might be an age thing, because like we know like Gloriosa's gonna start shrinking when she gets older into Grandma Neon.
So your
like,
chin starts flattening as age.
Yeah.
The one thing I know, chins don't do that.
One Piece is weird.
Yeah, that's true.
I think when Oda is like, okay, I need to make a character that the teenage boys are gonna look at and go, oh, she's so beautiful, and then he's like got like one like his pen just has to move like forcefully against his will, just moves into the same shapes every time. Like it just doesn't feel. She doesn't feel beautiful unless she looks exactly like this.
And this chapter, I mean this a little less so, but the Harald stuff is generally my favorite for each chapter of this flashback, which just goes to show what I said at the start of this, that I think it would have really behooved the entire flashback if again, I don't know how it's going to end. We're like in the middle of a story talking about it, and I always, caveat it like that. So, but that said, I didn't enjoy the Harald Rock stuff as succinct as it was. I think there's some really poignant political argument there, both for the One Piece world and generally. And the twins, the twins. Here they are. They're cute little babies. Even the evil one is a cute little baby. Again, this at least like kind of echoes and seems to be echoing the Loki flashback kind of core theme that we had at the beginning that we've definitely forgotten about at this point. That like all people are born into this world, innocent and pure, it's, what they grow up to do, obviously, it's up to each of them. But like seeing these two babies here should remind us that Shamrock hasn't done anything wrong yet. But at this point in time, it's like, okay, and there's a reason why I forget the name of that movie. There was that documentary about the twins separated at birth and they never knew, like the scientists, like whatever they did, they like very unethically never knew that they had a twin. And I forget the name of that movie, but it's a very good one if you haven't seen it. If only I knew the name.
The Parent Trap?
Yeah, The Parent Trap.
Yeah, Zach, no, I agree. I've actually been rewatching all of One Piece, and I'm currently in Dressrosa. And I just got through like the Dofi and Rocinante flashback. And yeah, Oda absolutely like in his theming throughout the entirety of One Piece is that like children are born innocent. No one is born evil. It's just their events in their lives and the people around them what molds them and how that affects them and the people they touch throughout their lives. So it's
well said, Jill. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think Oda was really succeeding in bringing that kind of message forth in this flashback. And I hope all this, meandering, however interesting it might be, doesn't take away from that. Because and I know I've gotten yelled at by people on YouTube and elsewhere, like comments, basically like comparing this to like the Chopper flashback or the Robin flashback. But I think you could have, big story elements, but as long that what's important is the characterization of the specific character that the flashback is about. In my point of view, that's what makes flashbacks in One Piece so monumentally impactful. It's the character or characters, in the case of Nolan and Calgara, for example, that are at the center of it. It's that relationship. It's that, and we kind of are beginning to lose that thread here. I feel like that's my fear. But again, we'll see next week and the weeks after.
Yeah. I guess I think it's like inevitable that like it's going to like come back to Loki like really hard. Like it's which is why I don't think we can spend too much time with like God Valley.
Yeah, there's a few things about Loki that I want to know. What's his like friend that he talks to, Shaggy or something?
Yeah,
Shaggy.
There's that. There's also when he met Chiffon. Is that her name?
Yeah,
right.
He was in love with Lola.
Lola. So I want to see that
is her
scene.
twin sister.
Yes.
twins.
So, and then of course the scene where he
That's
did meet
Big Mom.
Chiffon because they tried to pass her off as that. So there's like a few Loki scenes that we have been told throughout the series were important, and I'm sure we'll see them. I just don't know when. Or like even to what extent this flashback will go with Loki himself, if we'll get more later or not.
We still have time because the God Valley stuff is 38 years ago, and Harald dies 14 years ago. So there's still a big gap between 38 and 14 that I think the flashback's gonna painfully show us.
Okay, why don't we leave it there? We've had a lot of discussion on this. We're gonna do some anime recap, then we're gonna go into Piece Together. Then we have something special if you stick around, and we're calling it our Brackets of Consequence. We'll get there at the end. Let's move to the next segment.
This is the anime recap for episode 1141. Reliable reinforcements. Dorry and Brogy arrive. I'm your host, Sam, and today with me we have the Supreme Chancellor of Oppositeness on Opposite Day. We have Ken O'Connor.
Didn't you do this another time with the opposite thing? And I still couldn't figure out what it was last time. And after calling me the Supreme Chancellor, am I not the Supreme Chancellor? If it's opposite, am I the lowest ranking? Or am I the one who prevails over all things opposite?
It depends on whether it's Opposite Day, which today it is not.
Okay. So Steve Yurko gets all these cool product placements, and I just am the opposite.
You want to be a product placement?
Yeah, what's in
No,
your,
I've got-
what's
I've
in
got
your
different-
room? Pick something.
No, I've got a different bit with every person. Like,
Okay.
Jill is beloved friend. Steve is associated with whatever free association thing I come up with. Ken is like some sort of very fancy supreme chancellor of greatness and oppositeness on opposite day, assuming it is opposite day, which it is not.
All right. So I am nothing today, but I appreciate being back, Sam, for the anime recap. Thank you for having me.
Right. Yes, because it is not opposite day.
Correct.
Anyway. So this episode is adapting the entirety of Chapter 1107. And it begins with Dorry and Brogy continuing to run amok of the Marines as they're, laughing and crashing and slicing and dicing. And they have their big giant pirate cruise ship sailing up behind them, hitting the shore of the island. We get these big title cards introducing us to Brogy, the red ogre, and Dorry, the blue ogre. And also Kashi and Oimo are here, just in case you forgot about them. And once they all hit the land, they're landing on Egghead. They're marching through kind of like the woods, and we get this big group splash screen of the giant pirate crew, which I remembered in the manga being a very uniquely like horizontal kind of panel.
Yes, yeah, I remember that too.
And we have Usopp watching from the clouds, from binoculars, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's the giants! I know those guys!" And
I love that he's calling down like Master Brogy, Master Dorry. Like, they can't hear you. What are you doing?
Nami and Chopper are really excited to be reuniting with Oimo and Kashi for some reason. I guess they have. They have fond memories of those guys, I guess. I mean, they did party on Water 7, didn't they? And Usopp spends quite a bit of time remembering our time in Little Garden. So we're getting some flashbacks to Little Garden, just reusing the HD remaster footage of the old episodes.
I really didn't like I love the old episodes, but like you never realize how egregious some of the coloring has gotten. Like Usopp looks like a completely different color in the flashback parts of the that animation, and he just looks so much like lighter in Egghead. And it's like, wow, it's changed so much. But it is a nice recap for those who don't remember the events of like Little Garden. They kind of linger on that for a while, but he looks so different. I feel like Usopp, where they're focusing on.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like the old character designs and the old kind of style. Just cut, but cut right into the new stuff. Lilith and Brooke call in briefly to remind us that they are sliding on the ice with no way of stopping still. From an episode ago. Brooke is very calm about it. Lilith is less calm about it.
And I love how she slaps him mid tea drink and just like it splurts out into his helmet. It's really funny.
Yeah. Zoro and Lucci are still fighting. Not making much progress there. Zoro is like, "Hey, get out of my way! I'm in a hurry." But they've been kind of at a standstill for quite a few episodes now, since before the flashback, right?
Yeah. And Lucci's like, "You're the asshole for making your crew wait. This is your fault. Finish the fight." Like, he's kind of like goading him to like do more because Zoro's still using only 2 swords as well. And Lucci's like, "Oh, come on, it's not my fault that you haven't finished this fight yet."
We have some Marines versus the now the pacifists that have now turned to help Bonnie. We got the one vice admiral. I think he's Red King is his name.
Yes. Chins McGee.
And we get some close-ups on 2 mysterious figures who we recognize as Van Auger and Katarina Devon from the Blackbeard Pirates, who have also now arrived on the island for uncertain reasons. This is a pretty dramatic turn.
Mm-hmm. Very unexpected.
That transitions us into the eye catch of the episode. And then we come back, and we're still with kind of Bonnie watching in awe as Luffy is goofing off in his gear 5 form as Nika. And I think this is Strong World music.
Okay, I didn't catch, but
the very kind of like soft, kind of chimey music. But it's like very soft music in contrast to like the giant city bounce house that Luffy has made.
Yes.
And Luffy is like, starting to tease her for crying. He's like, "Oh, Bonnie, what are you crying for, you big baby?" And Bonnie's like, "What do you mean? Why am I crying? I've been looking for you." And Luffy says, "Huh? I've been with you this whole time," which kind of feels like it has a double meaning.
It's actually really sweet the more you think about it.
Yeah, and Bonnie's like, I didn't know you were Nika. And he's like, oh, I don't know what Nika is.
What's a Nika?
Yeah. And then Luffy's like, oh, I saw earlier you were trying to, or no, Bonnie mentions, she's like, I was trying to do your big rubbery punch, but I'm not good at it. And like Luffy's like, huh? Oh. That weak thing, like, you can do that way better. I can do it way better. I can show you a way better version of it. And Bonnie's like, okay, then do it. Do it at him specifically, please.
Kill that man.
And she's like pointing at Saint Saturn. So do it for Vegapunk. And then Luffy's like, what do you mean for Vegapunk? And he like looks down and he sees just Vegapunk dead on the ground, hole in his stomach, blood everywhere. And it's finally registering to Luffy that like, oh shit.
He does the Looney Tunes eyes, and I'm like, I get that, like, that's the whole Gear 5 joke, but, like, the man's dying, Luffy. Keep your eyes in your head.
And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And then he starts winding up a punch. He starts, like, spinning a little helicopter arm, getting ready to throw it at Saturn. And a big kind of Conqueror's Haki burst comes out of the wind-up. But then Saturn is able to like meet it back with his own Conqueror's Haki.
Well, he does that thing that we saw him do with the Marines, like their heads kind of like explode. He does it to Luffy, and Luffy's head.
You're
like,
right. Yeah, he has
his
this
head
like
goes back. There's like a little trickle of blood, and Luffy like kind of cocks back into place. Like, all right, that got me for a second, but not fully.
Yeah, he has this like weird, mysterious, like telepathic like impact thing he does.
Yeah.
But this does not deter Luffy enough from doing a Gum Dawn Gatling. And so we spend a while of Luffy just kind of pummeling Saturn, and the rest of the group kind of getting together, like Sanji and Bonnie and Atlas and all them.
Well, not Sanji yet. Like Jim, I think
not Sanji yet.
Atlas and Frankie show up. Like, hey, Bonnie, we gotta go. And like, I'm not leaving Vegapunk.
Yeah, Luffy's attack is able to send Saturn crashing into some buildings. And while dying with the big hole in his stomach, much like Portgas the Ace, he's still talking. He's like, "Oh, I'm dying, Bonnie. Please leave without me." And Kizaru, he's still hanging around. He's like, "Yep, you're dying whether Bonnie runs or not." So. He shoots a laser, and then this is Sanji's cue to enter the scene by kicking the laser beam away. And Kizaru makes a very funny face, like just in a very smooth motion, just goes whoop. And
there's a great line where they acknowledge that Sanji just kicked a laser beam, and like, how is that possible? He's like, love is stronger than light. And he's like, if that's true, then everything we know about science and physics is wrong.
Yeah, Kizaru's like, well, then we guess we gotta rewrite some science books.
It's so good. It's such a great bit.
It is. I like that a lot. Saturn conveniently sent flying far enough that Katarina Devon and Van Auger can approach him without them intersecting with the Straw Hats at all. And they go up to, Devon goes up to Saturn. is like touching him on the leg and is kind of pondering his power. And she's like, well, I've never heard the five elders coming down to the lower world before. But thankfully, because he did, we were able to, accomplish our goals. And like, I don't know if like her. Oh, hold on. If she's touching him, is she gonna be able to like imitate him later?
She can copy him now. She has the dog, the 9-tailed fox fruit, and as far as we know, if she touches someone, she can take upon their appearance. Like we saw her, she touched Absalom, and she could turn.
Yeah,
into
I
Absalom.
didn't realize it was like a touching, just like Mr. 2.
Yep, same rules.
So it's just Mr. 2, but more.
With more, with more stuff.
Yeah, because she can also turn into the fox itself.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just like that didn't register with me. I was like, oh, like what? Does the Blackbeard's ability to steal fruits does she currently have it right now or something through some device or whatever?
No, I think it's purely to copy. So now, if they need to get into Mary Jo, or like if they can imitate one of the elders, who knows what they can get into.
I had completely forgotten about this. That's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how that is applied.
Yes, absolutely.
So Saturn gets up. He's like kind of staring down at them intimidatingly. He's like, why, I can't believe a level 6 escapee like you would be subordinate to somebody else. And Devon's just like, well, teach is special. And Saturn says, so is his bloodline, which is very, very timely. And they're like, oh, so you know about that, huh?
Of course we know about it. We know everything.
And Saturn is asking, so what are the Blackbeard pirates after? You guys are making some strange moves. And Van Augur just has this cool line. The world.
The world.
The world.
Yeah.
The guy.
Very cool.
And then Saturn, he tries to get a jab in with his leg. But they teleport away because obviously Van Augur has his teleport powers. And then so now they're on the edge of the island. They're back in kind of the foresty areas, and they're like, all right, well, we got what we want. Let's go home. But then like another certain somebody comes running up to them, sobbing like tears of joy. We got Caribou. He's like, oh, guys, they're like, calm down. What are you talking about?
Perfect impression, Sam.
And Caribou's like, I've been looking for him this whole time. Please let me join the Blackbeard Pirates. And then that's kind of the big dramatic, intriguing cliffhanger to wrap up the episode. General thoughts on this episode, Ken?
Very, very good. I was kind of catching up with the anime today, so I watched a couple of episodes in a row. But I just like seeing Luffy finally back in Gear 5 form. The anime is doing a really good job of making the entire area like feel like a bounce house, like the buildings swaying back and forth, him constantly like bouncing up and down one place. Like that's in the manga too, but like seeing it all fully moving and animated looks really good. Seeing Saturn just get punched by the Dawn Gatling is really good too. Really a good episode. And the stuff with Katarina and Van Augur, I remember being as surprising as it was in the manga as it is in the anime. So I'm excited to see that pay off later down the line.
Yeah, I thought the episode was it's fine. It's serviceable as an adaptation. They're like both the giants landing on the island and kind of like coming in like a line, and Van Augur's big dramatic the world line. Those are examples of like scenes that I was hoping for more, like for them to kind of have more gravitas and a little more style to them in the anime than what was presented. This is very straightforward, but not it's not like the kind of thing I can like really complain about too much.
Yeah, the giants really kind of just like I just remember Dorry and Brogy like kind of like just jumping from the ships in the water. And they just do one big jump, and all of a sudden they're on the island. And then, like, you see the other, like, couple giants, like, kind of jump down 2 by 2.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. There's one great part. I forget if it was Oimo and Kashi or it's two random giants. There's one point where the two of them are like holding hands or holding arms, and they're running straight forward on one of the marine ships, breaking every single what do you call the holes
The mass.
the mass. Yeah, they're just like friendship holding hands, knocking down the mass as they're running.
Clotheslining. Yeah.
I thought that was great. I don't know why that stuck out to me, but that was really fun. Sorry, keep going.
No, that's most of what I wanted to say. Yeah, just like with like the giants, like I remember in the manga, like that feels like a very almost like the seven dwarves like marching in line or something.
Yeah.
which I feel like could have been a little juicier here. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think this is a acceptable episode.
It's serviceable.
I wanted more from it. But I also don't think that this is, a super high priority episode in terms of like getting the bang for your buck with what the anime is going to be doing soon.
Yeah, it's weird that we had a giant, like the giants show up in this episode, and then this week's episode was a clip show, also focused on the giants. It's like, in case you forgot these guys, let's go over it one more time. It's like, okay.
Yep, there's a lot of that lately of like really redundant flashbacks and clip shows.
Yeah.
'Tis the season, I suppose. Anything else you'd like to say before we move on to the next segment, Ken?
No, I'm all good. Let's get out of here.
All right, thank you very much, Ken. You're welcome on the anime recap, as always.
Thank you for having me, as always.
And let's move on to Piece Together.
Piece Together segment where we take your questions, comments, and theories and decide what would the prestige be like if they were both twins. Let's start with our Patreon subscribers who we love and are the greatest human beings on earth. You can check them out at patreon.com/ not them. You can check out our Patreon and join us as one of the greatest human beings on our earth. Guaranteed, not guarantee. Patreon.com/ One Piece Podcast. All that to say, Sam, what's our first segment?
Our first segment would be Dispiece.
And what are our Dispieces?
Our first Dispiece this week comes from SNP, who says, "Heyo, OPP. Seems like Moria's stock is up this week. Was he a Kozuki all along? I theorized the grave belonged to him, but I didn't see this coming. Steven probably will explain the connection because Gecko and Moria to everyone, or if he's not here today, you can look at the image below. Also, Kozuki used to be this is what I was bringing up earlier. So Steven's first translation of Kozuki was Kogetsu. Kozuki used to be Kogetsu in chapter 816, but changed to Kozuki in 817. I remembered and re-listened to episode 408 of OPP last year, and hearing Steven speculate the reason why Kogetsu was changed to Kozuki was because Kogetsu is normally how people think it's spelled, but Oda saw it and said Kozuki is the right way. Now I wonder if it was actually because Oda wanted to hide Kogetsu/Gecko connection. Although I think if you're native Japanese, like you're one step closer to being able to make that.
It's very clever. Like, this is like giving Oda props, since I was being a little too disparaging probably in the manga recap. Mm-hmm. This is just insanely clever, and I do believe, I don't know whether he knew it since Thriller Bark, but probably since he came up with Kozuki, I feel like he probably had that in mind. Because this is a little too perfect, I feel like. It's crazy. I think it's legit crazy. This is a very, very cool. It's just the two characters flipped. I mean, like, even us non-Japanese speakers could see that, or readers.
I think Gexco would be Moria's Organization 13 name.
Absolutely. What Shadow powers? That'd be his element. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the user is the image that they're referring to is a Google Translate example of how Gecko and Kozuki look in kanji form.
Very, very cool. Are there any more? I feel like there are in anime. I just can't recall, like Gecko, like the animal parallels with the moon, because remember Kozuki, and we talked about this, has the moon in it, and I guess Gecko also does. I feel like I've seen moon related things with that name,
because lots of moon stuff is going to include the GE, the ge part at least, if not the full getsu.
Well, is there? I guess Gecko is the.
But I
English...
I don't know if they're making connections between the animal gecko, as we call it in English, and stuff though.
I would add, for English speaking fans, we were not just like one step behind; we were 2 steps behind, because is gecko how you say the name of that animal in Japanese? Like, it is.
Imagine.
Yeah, so it's not in katakana, right? It's in kanji. That's kanji, right? Gecko.
Mm-hmm.
So that adds reason to, like, why is it in kanji, not in katakana?
And if you take the literal romanization of Gecko as we're looking at here, it gets us back to that like brief alternate spelling of Gecko Moria's name from the data book.
Oh yeah, what was that?
So there was a data book where
I remember that
they spelt as exactly like this, Gekko. And then like all the wikis changed it to the double K.
I remember that.
And then it showed up in the manga again as CK. So then all the wikis changed it back to CK.
To be fair, I think that I mean there was a period let's say pre-Greg that I think they were not translating those super well. Like Mary Jersey, as we all know. Or the Marigeoisie. But like it's 2 separate words. I don't know. Anyway, all that to say is I never give too much credence to the English versions pre like 2020. So what's the next question?
Our next disc piece is from Straw Hat Pirate 9, who says, "This flashback certainly took a shoujo turn, lol. I love seeing all this Shaki drama with Roger and Ray. The cherry on top was Ray singing Bink Sake and Shaki swooning. Girl, me too. And now Baby Shanks. Oda has to give us the full God Valley story now."
I'm gonna be honest, I'm really excited to see like Bachelors Ray and Roger with their little baby Shanks. I hope we get at least a few pages of them figuring life out with a baby.
We've seen
and maybe Shaki helping. I don't know.
We saw a little of that, but very little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we've gone from not having any idea that Shanks was a baby till that one throwaway line when he was like, "Oh, it's weird to hold a baby again," and then everyone immediately was like, "What are you talking about?" And then it turns out Shanks was a baby on the cruise. I don't know. One Piece is wild.
Our next disc piece comes from Moon Eye Patch Jr., who says, "Oi, OPP. This Labor Day, I'm hungry. Marks, feed me. Anyway. I wonder who is the mother of Rox's new child. Could it be Shaki? Speaking of Shaki, way back during her debut in chapter 498, Brooke found some of her simmer beans in the fridge. Does this mean her menu has gone unchanged this whole time, or are those just really old beans?"
Probably the same beans. And Brooke's already dead, so he's got no tongue to taste the difference.
That's very funny, yeah.
I think it's so funny, like everyone comes for her stew and it's just beans. Like there's nothing else to it. Everyone else is just so infatuated that it's whatever they want it to be. It's the best tasting stew.
Our next disc piece comes from Sailor Karna, who says, "So it's looking like Shaki being taken as the treasure of God Valley is the reason Rox and Roger's crew were there. I don't think Ginny knew who Shaki was when she spread the word about the other treasure there, so both Rox and Rogers were going to be there regardless. Garland set up this trap to get both crews there. Now why? Is he playing both sides in the long con, or is he just that incompetent and full of himself? Who has kids with a local of a village that you're planning to murder for sport?
That's kind of like what I was saying earlier. I think there's more to him having kids with a local in God Valley.
By the way, yeah, go ahead.
And it's like, sorry to bring it back, we're not really sure if she's a local or not because it's not spelled out. It kind of feels like it is, but she could be
very true,
like a newcomer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, so gecko in Japanese is Yamori. So I have a feeling if you were a Japanese reader, you'd have your eyebrow raised a lot more. We also forget, because the Seven Warlords no longer exist, that they had that motif that they all were animal related names.
Correct.
Although I guess all in English, right? Or in transliterated English if you're in Japan. So like boa, crocodile,
Kuma, which is bear.
That one actually is just the Japanese.
Yeah.
It's just bear.
Bartholomew I think those fall in the category of like English words that most Japanese speakers would pick up on and
yeah, I mean there's a lot of like outsourced like English words in Japanese.
Yeah, they know English more than we know Japanese generally.
Oh, I think most people know English more than we know of their language. Unfortunately,
there's no examples where it's the other way for us.
No, what are you talking about? French? Like we steal
we know
words.
French more than the French know English?
No.
Oui.
You're right. Okay.
Oh, I mean that we have a lot of loan.
That we have a lot of loan words. We steal words, much like we steal and pillage everything. I mean us personally, not. Anyway, Sam, go ahead.
Go on, Zach.
We're pirates. We pillage. Isn't that what they said this chapter? Yeah, go ahead.
Our next piece comes from Big Mike, who says, "Hey, OPP, Tuesday, September 2nd is my wife's birthday. That's right.
Happy birthday.
It's Boa Hancock's birthday.
Never mind.
Well, she will be my wife when I marry her vicariously through Luffy at the end of the series.
That's not how that works.
So anyways, since we also have been getting some Kuja lore these past few chapters, I have a big question I had to divide into two parts. Part 1 for this week, what role do you think Hancock and the Kuja are going to play in the story, or at least what would you like to see from them, and how is Luffy and Hancock's quote-unquote relationship going to be resolved? I think they would have to evacuate Amazon Lily because of the flooding and no longer being protected by the warlord system, and head to the New World to be under Luffy's protection. I hope they take down Big Mom and her crew in the final battle, and I think Hancock would have a daughter with Luffy to get over her love sickness, who would end up being more of Hancock's kid and who end up being.
This is fan fiction now.
The future Empress, while Luffy. The daughter is going to be the future Empress, while Luffy passes on the Straw Hat to Makino's son.
Okay.
But I don't think Luffy.
Okay, first of all,
I'm
Luffy's going to use Gear 5 to impregnate Law.
Okay,
and that's how the epilogue is going to go.
Law. Okay, that's fine. No, go ahead. But Law does have the surgery power. Can he use that on himself?
But I don't know how...
Sorry, Sam.
But I don't think Luffy and Hancock know how to fuck yet, so maybe a while before that happens.
That is what that question says. Interesting.
I like how even Hancock is completely oblivious.
I do agree
I have a
that
question.
Both would.
Here is my diss piece.
Go, Jill.
Who gave Luffy the sex talk?
No one. And no one will.
Scopper, now? Like, they met him now?
Yeah, just at the end of this arc. At the end of this arc, you have a 10 chapter flashback that's supposed to be about the birds and the bees, but it goes a completely different way. But wow, will a lot get revealed at the end. We call it the birds and the bees and the elephants and the giraffes and the rest of the animals.
And the monkey D's.
And the monkey D's. These are the monkey D's for your education.
While Scopper's like bleeding out, being like medical attention from Chopper. Oh, yeah. Luffy, come here. I gotta tell you something.
Luffy, I have to tell you something. Talk. Before you
Rayleigh,
go
the little shit, he told me he didn't do it, so I have to do it.
Do you know why Rayleigh they call me the Mountain Eater's son?
I know you're like, how old are you? Like 10? But okay.
Like, well, my kid's 20 and I haven't given it to him yet. So.
Luffy will never do that.
He's
ever.
practicing
My
on
boy,
Luffy.
my boy will. Oh God.
Move on, please. Let's move on.
For Colin, who's 20 years old. He's had 20 years to do that. He's just like sitting there. What am I gonna say? I'm gonna be like 95 when I give this talk.
When a little man loves a big woman very much.
Or
That's
in
a
your
big
case, the opposite. Anyway, or when an old man likes another old man. That's how One Piece works, as far as I know. Do I hang around
gotta go to
too many?
Rayleigh for that one.
Do I hang out with too many yaoi people here?
It sounds like
Probably.
you hang out with just enough.
Yeah, but I don't see Luffy having biological children, but that's just because I don't want to see that happen. And not just for the many reasons like my like solidification that he is like the asexual hero of our time, but he's like enough with the biological kids taking your like inherited will thing. Like, I think what is great about this series generally is that you don't have to be related to greatness to do great things, or you don't have to be aware of being related to greatness to do great things. Which is more of what it's morphing into these days. So I am hoping that, and also Hancock doesn't deserve that. Like, come on, would it be satisfying if she just gets what she wants there? It's way funnier having her, like, just humor wise, just infinitely chasing it, and never getting it, even though everyone's chasing her, and never gonna, and all same for them, you know, like that's much funnier to me. And humor is always the most important thing Oda does.
I like to imagine Luffy procreates like by like going Gear 5 and like pulling a clump of like cloud out of his
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you mean
bag,
like
and then
this?
just, and then just
like
like
the
breathing
goggles.
air into it like the goggles, or like Zeus making Pegasus.
Hey, look,
and-
I made a
and
child.
I was
Achilles.
about to say that, Sam. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking about.
man.
All right, can we get to the rest of Dispies?
Nope.
Nope. How many was that?
Our next Dispies comes from Fried, who says, "Hey OPP party poopers, I got a live action Lego set today. Hooray! It's
Hooray.
entirely awesome. If you could make a Lego set of anything from One Piece, ship, island, scene, etc., what would you choose?" That's
a
good.
good
That is an
question.
excellent
That's
question.
a
Good
That's a
question.
great
Six-
question.
Oh my god.
Can someone do the SpongeBob voice 6 hours later?
This is
6
my arc of
hours
consequence.
later.
Thank you. Yeah, we will be.
I feel like
here for a
Impel
while.
Down would be cool. Like you get the kind
Yeah.
of dollhouse
Ooh.
effect. Like,
Oh,
opening up
that
with
would be
different
pretty
layers and
sick.
stuff.
Oh, if you could separate it.
You know what? Let's make this a little bit of a narrower question since we're not talking forever. Which arc besides Impel Down would you turn into a Lego set,
Thriller
or
bar.
like
Mm.
arc
I like
setting?
Thriller Bark too. I mean, you know, Skypiea is my favorite.
Skypiea would be awesome, but there'd be
That'd
no
be
way to make
great.
them float.
That's a tough
True.
one. Like, I
you
don't
would have
know
like
how.
clear stands for everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how would you do that? I'm sure they could.
Oh,
Ooh,
you got the big beanstalk that can topple
The
over.
That's
beanstalk
true.
would be sick.
Oh, and the bell.
The bell.
rain base. Anyone like that's
No.
one that I think would be
A
fun.
big pyramid.
Yeah, but with the banana gators in there,
The banana
and-
gators would be good.
Yeah, I think that would be fun, and then you get to flood it.
I think Sam's impelled down.
And Mr. 3 is floating on the fake.
Skypiea would have the
wood.
Golden City though too. That'd be so good. Shit. All of them.
Well, that's the right.
We
answer.
gotta do the whole series.
We gotta do them all. Well, I guess we should be thinking like way in the more recent events because that would be funnier. Okay, here, Sam, for you specifically, which Whole Cake Island, like Totoland Island, would you choose? And would it be Whole Cake Island with the giant cake?
Yeah, because I think those big towers, big vertical structures
fun.
are cool.
Yeah, I
Not
get
Nuts
it.
Island.
Yeah,
Nuts
Nuts
Island is
Island.
a good one. That would be
Nuts
Nuts
Island.
Island.
Yeah, with the little Big Mom
I think
with the giant peanut top.
Fishman
I do-
Island, if they could
that
do
she can, that she can
Ooh,
hold.
that
big
sounds
clear
intense.
bubble. That would
That
be
sounds
crazy.
intense. Like the
Yeah.
whole island, or just Ryukyu?
No,
What is
I
it
like
called?
to think
Ryukyu
like the
Castle?
whole, like the two bubbles, and they're like connected.
Well, you know what? That would explain a lot of how that geography works, because that always confused the shit out of me.
Imagine they did Wano, but every region is its own set, and you buy all the sets, and they all connect together.
Don't give the capitalist ideas.
No,
I love
but
it.
These
That's
need to
great.
happen.
Yeah.
What about ships? What ships would you guys? And they would open up to, I'm sure, like a
Zosan.
The Zosan Lego set.
No, I'm kidding.
I like the when they change the Mary to the flying mode, and they go up the like the chicken Mary, whatever.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. I mean, I do want to see Mary with all possible accessories.
What does Eneru fly away in?
Oh, the
Arc
Max.
The Arc with all the gears and like electronics and stuff inside.
Yeah,
I would not be
cool.
surprised if we did eventually see that. That's one I could.
Give me Blackbeard's raft.
I just
the smallest. It's the smallest.
Yeah, that would
set.
be great. That would be fantastic. I just am a sucker for submarines. That's the one related thing I would totally want.
That would be sick.
I am a
guess the
sucker
tank.
for submarines, though. Like I find, there should be more submarines in One Piece, and that there aren't is a tragedy. Because I think that is a true spirit of adventure thing, like a Nautilus sort of. God, Moby Dick would also be cool because I think that ship is adorable. Personally. Roger's ship, you could build the egg and see what's inside.
Oh my god,
you open it and Buggy comes out.
It all comes back to the egg.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Boa's ship with the two
the snakes,
serpents. Yeah.
One Piece has the best ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zosan's
Zosan.
great.
God damn it.
I beat you to it, Ken, because I started it. What's next, Sam? Anything else? What was that? 3?
Our next dispute comes from Cramrock's Flashback Now, who says, "Ahoy, OPP! Bang your chapter as always. But that being said, for a chapter called Harald vs. Rocks, there wasn't much page time for the fight between them, huh? Interesting that we'll likely see Yalav Dog next week, along with seeing Shanks and Shamrock's birth here. My question this week is, how does Shanks get into the treasure chest, do you suspect? Correct or wrong answers, I don't mind either way.
Look,
have a great week."
Kids.
Thank you for clarifying that you'd accept wrong information, because
that's what the right answer will be.
Kids get into things. They.
You think he just fell in?
He's crawled
That's
away.
totally possible.
He's like, I'm not supposed to go in here. I'm going to open this and crawl or toddle in.
Yeah.
And
it's either that or like it's like Rocinante and Law and someone like hit him in there. But like, why not with the other twin? You know? So.
Roger opens one chest, sees Shamrock like, and opens the Shanks one. Oh, this is the right one.
Or they're both in there. They're both in there. He just
which is which?
The other back
they're
out
Labubu mystery boxes.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, Sam. Next question.
Wrong twin. Didn't want this one. Fuck gotcha boxes.
He's a gotcha bot.
Ken is just broken this week. Yeah, go ahead.
Our final dispute this week is from Straw Hat Rigby, who says, "Hey, OPP, what a chapter. That thing happened and another thing. Classic. So I've been thinking a lot lately about how Oda's writing has evolved over the years. When he started One Piece, he was a young bachelor, and you could tell his writing reflected that with talk of freedom and no strings attached adventure, as well as him famously saying moms are the opposite of adventure. But in the last few years, maybe the last few arcs is better to say, there's been a big change in Oda's writing since he's become a husband and father. Characters that are introduced are still yearning for that freedom of adventure, but there is a sense of responsibility and love for the family. And husband and wives, for lack of better terms, are depicted in a much more loving and mutually respectful way, obviously speaking in generalities. Even the way kids are treated in the story has changed from being sort of a background texture to becoming upfront characters with their own autonomy and goals. Obviously, he's not the most perfect writer in the world when it comes to a lot of depictions. He still does Gooner shit, obviously. But it was just something that crossed my mind. Thanks, and have a great weekend." Yeah. And the parent-child stories definitely kicked in, like, not with him becoming a parent. Yes, although it feels more it feels more like it's coming from a real place in later arcs.
The one thing I will say about Dressrosa that is positive is that I think if I read it for the first time today, marathoned it, I would appreciate the backstory a hell of a lot more than I did reading it 12 years ago or 10 years ago. But it's been interesting seeing Oda's growth in that aspect, or sometimes lack thereof. Like, I know we talked a lot during the Bonnie flashback just about, like, how he has treated Bonnie as a character, knowing that she's, you know, who she is and the age that she is, I think, kind of goes to show, like, kind of the opposite, you know? Like, what he should,
Well, I mean, like if that was set in stone, like if that was his plan set in stone, like long when Bonnie was introduced.
Yeah.
Well, even then, like
questionable.
I'm generally
is what I mean.
I'm generally very forgiving when it comes to like
fancy,
kind of like sensationalist or kind of like edgy elements in fiction like that.
Yeah.
But
what I mean
like,
more is
like even post Dressrosa, like Dressrosa has a very like straightforward, like, you know, this is a story about a parent trying to protect their child.
There's nothing straightforward about
this. Beautiful about their relationship. And then like I think when you get into like the Charlottes and the you know, like Film Red, I think like it's much more about having
really.
like
and
a
Zed,
I'd
say a little bit.
Children.
Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
You know, and definitely with Odin and Up, there's definitely a lot of you know, like the wild child man, like super manly man, kind of settling down and being softened by love.
He definitely.
Those are definitely prominent in more recent arcs for sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Yeah, I think like Oda certainly has like an ideal of what is like the perfect man, and it's Whitebeard, I think. Like we talked about, it's been a while, but like how he's based off of a guy he like knew like at a bar or something that he frequented, and like it's this like rough 70-something-year-old. Like, but at the same time, I think like that's a really great depiction of like a father figure in the series, like the found family thing, and like that is excellent. Like Whitebeard remains a favorite of mine for many reasons, but like that is a depiction of a quote unquote good dad, like in the series. Like that is an aspirational character. There are a lot of characters, I think, who Oda describes as a quote unquote good dad, doesn't always, you know, deserve it necessarily. But I think Oda has, well, he's had kids for a while. Like, I don't know how old his kids are now, but they're probably almost teenagers if they're not already. So like he's been doing this motif for quite some time. Were there really like big dad stories before that? That's what I'm like trying to think of. I don't think
in a found family way, yes.
Yes. But I mean, like the Whitebeard one is like kind of the first time like the family angle is really heavily lean.
What about
besides
Hero
the
Look?
song? Yeah, Hero Look. I suppose. Yeah.
Hero Look and Chopper. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a father-son
Oh,
relationship.
well, I mean, yeah, I think you definitely have a lot of the parent relationships, but they're probably, correct me if I'm wrong, they're mostly child focused. Like they are from the point of view of the child. Like Chopper and Hero Look. Nami and Nojiko and Belmere.
Where
Queen
the emotional
and the staircase.
Like the emotional heart of those stories is like, oh, here's this like innocent child, and here's a person who's willing
to help them. They're like, here is this person to come into my story. Versus now we have Whitebeard, Kuma, Kyros, and hear Harald a little. This one is actually probably, it's more focused, like the reader is kind of supposed to be like the one thinking, oh, this is effed up the way that Loki is being treated. You're not like, Loki doesn't have the ability to even comprehend, I think, what he's going through. Is that the last question, Sam?
That's the last question.
All right, we're going to leave it there and move on into our final segment, which will include some new segment stuff. Wow, wasn't that a great teaser? I just came up with it. I don't know if you could tell. We'll be back after these messages. This has been the One Piece Podcast, episode 882 for the week of Monday, September 1st, 2025. On a more serious note, before we go, I want to mention that Mike McFarland has been going through some major health issues. He underwent an emergency surgery to remove a brain tumor. That was, I think, a year ago. It was a little bit ago. But now he's been hit repeatedly with health issues. So Mike was one of the first guests we had on our show back in 2010. He was unbelievably patient and wonderful with a bunch of kids at the time, talking to him about One Piece and asking when season 4 is coming out. And you know, I also want to mention that Mike would come to me and like ask for like, who is this character here and when do they show up again and when should I think I made like a huge spreadsheet that exists somewhere for him of like what characters are where. Now again, this is probably over a decade outdated, but that to say, Mike was the ADR director for most of One Piece's run. He's like the grandfather of the One Piece dub, of the Funimation One Piece dub, now the Crunchyroll one. So we have him to thank really for a lot of the best parts of the series. And he has been consistently devoted to it as much as one person is physically able to be devoted to a series like One Piece. So he has a GoFundMe. We'll put the link on our description. Please check that out. I have no other way to segue out of that other than, again, thanks to Mike McFarland. I hope he gets well soon. And where can everyone find each of you, Ken?
You can find me anywhere online under KindKing01, whether that be Blue Sky, Twitch, Instagram. I'm the same handle everywhere. Really good for search optimization stuff. And if you want, I haven't been up to anything recently, but last year I ran the One Piece Art Collab Volume 2. We had over 400 artists draw every single character from pre-Dressrosa to the current, ended up being over 800 unique drawings. So please check that out. That's online. You can find that on Blue Sky at opcollab.bsky.com.
Sam Leach,
They
where
can
can
find
people
me.
find you?
They can find me on Blue Sky at lcsam.bsky.social.
And Jill, where can people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at Pirates Unluck, and on Final Fantasy XIV Ultra server under Pyrrha Unluck.
No, it's fine.
And also now I play Infinity Nikki, which I only learned about because there's a boycott about it, but oh well.
Okay. You could find me at I think it's zachlogan.com on Blue Sky. Thanks to Kirsten, a big shout out to our composer writer for landing me a Switch 2. I'm finally like in the ecosystem of current video game system, a rare feat. So you could find me there probably just playing Mario Kart or what else is on there? More Zelda. Because I haven't had enough hours on that. But mostly you could find us at onepiecepodcast.com. One Piece Podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky at One Piece Podcast or OnePiecePodcast.com. Is there any other social media I'm forgetting
Anytime.
about? Oh, Jill, too soon, and also not at all. You can also find us at youtube.com/One Piece Podcast. Please subscribe to us there. Our YouTube channel does okay, but I know there are more fans out there who would love to listen to us there. I know we don't have a video element, but that's because we're afraid. We fear. No, it's just, not, it doesn't always make sense given how we record, and not everyone wants to, put on a shirt. I don't know. I know you're wearing your Zelda shirt right now, Ken. It's fine. I could attest that Ken is wearing a shirt, and that's all I can
But you can't confirm that about me.
No, I can't, because Jill is not on video.
I have no camera.
Yeah. But you can still listen to us and see sound waves, and that's pretty cool. Again, subscribe to us, youtube.com/One Piece Podcast, or anywhere you get your podcasts. But we're going to start a new segment.
Wait, before you begin,
Yeah.
it's a new month, right? For the Patreon Sticker Club?
It is a new month. Are you raising your hand, or is your... It is a new month.
I was stretching, but thank you for...
It's a new month for... Yeah, I just point out things that no one could see. For the monthly sticker club. Thank you for mentioning that. Last month, the winner was the Triforks, a Zelda reference. Yeah, there you go. Which included the evil versions of Dorry and Brogy. I do not know the two that will be voted on this month, but Steve will probably be putting it up after the holiday. Steve has been touring the country at different conventions. I think as we record right now, he's at Dragon Con, and before that he was at Anime NYC, and before that he was doing 8,000 other things. Please support your local Steve Yurko by subscribing to us on Patreon. And just supporting it. So now that that's out of the way, this is the time to subscribe right now. If you want a sticker, get a sticker, $12 a month. I forgot to say that. That's the important part. Now, Ken, what's our new segment?
All right. So we are doing a thing called the Bracket of Consequences. This has been a
little backstory, maybe?
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
So, for those familiar, friend of the show, Prosy D Sungwon, had been doing his own brackets amongst his friend groups and posting the results.
Stole it.
Yeah, and we stole it. Like I in every post I make, I'm like, yeah, this was just stolen and inspired by Sungwon, because a bunch of the brackets they started doing were like One Piece brackets, and a bunch of us in the OP Discord started having very strong.
We're more qualified now. Everyone has their own opinion.
We had very
normal
strong
discussions.
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't talk for 3 days about what constitutes an arc. That didn't happen. No, it did.
Yeah, so basically we started doing our own brackets amongst ourselves. Just, all right, let's see how this works out. And the first couple that I ran weren't the most well received. I think we did. what have we done so far? We've done arcs. We've done openings.
We did arcs.
We've done flashbacks.
No, the openings did well. I thought that was with arcs, everyone just has a different opinion as what constitutes an arc, and everyone's opinion was different than Ken's.
In all fairness, I wanted a full 32 to start us off. So, like, all right, if we split up,
you were wrong though.
I'm not wrong. It's a different location, different arc. Water 7 is not the same as Enies Lobby.
Yeah, but it's the same arc because they flow into it. Like I know
wait.
I've been.
I think of them as the same arc.
Are we?
We're not talking about this.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this.
We're not falling into
They
this.
end up back at Water 7 by the end
of it. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to be mad at Ken.
Oh my god.
Ken, you're wrong on this.
Okay, well, I will take those wrongs, and I will...
Anyway, what's important, though, is you eventually got it right in the other brackets.
God, you're so
So, yeah, we did openings. Did you do anything between then?
We did flashbacks.
Flashbacks. That's a toughie.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to categorize, too, because
yeah.
there's lots of random shit.
Yeah, so we've been doing the brackets among ourselves. We're still in discussion of if we should expand them to the greater OPP community or not. But right now, we're just kind of like testing them with ourselves.
Steve and I were talking, Ken,
and
we're like, these are great discussions that no one wants to listen to. So we should subject people to some of these discussions. on the podcast before you just post the bracket and tell everyone all the things that we had, just like spill all of our tea out in public like that.
That's true. No, you're 100% right.
So let's talk about it. And the way we're going to do that is Jill has not taken part in any of the brackets. I think everyone else here, Sam, Ed had to take off, but Sam, me, and Ken are very active participants in this bracket and have very strong opinions. I'm actually surprised. Usually Sam and I feel like have somewhat different opinions on things, right? Generally, I guess, maybe.
What are we talking about?
Sam, eat the mic. I was saying, don't we usually have different opinions on things? But I feel like with the one we're about to do, we kind of were closer, more aligned.
I really hate it when people share my opinion, and I really hate it when people have different opinions than me.
That's true. Sam is telling the truth. He does hate both those things. But Ken, what are we going to talk about? What bracket?
So right now, currently, at the time of recording, we are still in the middle of our post time skip volume bracket, which is going to
covers.
Volume cover bracket.
Not the subset.
Not the. That's going to wrap up tonight. But I have all the volume covers here now. Zach, we were talking a little earlier. Do you want me to replicate some of the matchups we had from our original?
All of the matchups, and Jill is going to rapid fire go through this entire tournament, and unless it takes too long, then we'll split it.
I can do that. Give me 1 second just to
But Jill has to just have immediate thoughts on all these, and they could be hot takes. However, since they are volume covers we are discussing, we are going to have to describe them a little bit so people know which ones we're talking about, since, as I learned, you can't just say volume blank and everyone knows what you're talking about when what's on the cover. But these are all pre-time skip. We're only doing the pre-time skip today.
And
Jill could return, or another guest could return for the post-time skip.
Okay, let me just grab the vampers.
One at a time, though. We'll do,
If we're doing the ones we did from the first one. So I gotta scroll back.
So I need some hold music.
No,
that's copywritten.
Is it? Oh God.
Especially your singing is too good. That's why.
Oh, no, you flatter me. Okay, I got it right here.
And here we go. Jill, are you ready?
How are we doing this through Discord?
Yeah, I'll post in the episode.
Okay,
and I'll describe. And by the time I'm done describing, you have to have an opinion. And Ken's gonna keep track what you pick. By the way, if you disagree with Jill's opinion, please contact her to. That's a better answer, actually.
You can talk to me on Twitter, or sorry, on Blue Sky. I won't respond, but you can talk to me.
No, they should do it on Twitter because you.
That's also privated, but you can also do that too.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick some of these random ones we did here. So, from the pre-time skip era, Jill, do you prefer volume 37, which I'll upload here?
Where is it? There it is. All right, volume 37, which is the Water 7 NES Lobby volume cover featuring Frankie and Iceberg superimposed behind the Puffing Tom, with Luffy, Nami, Zoro, and Chopper running underneath, versus, is this volume 21?
Yes, volume 21.
Wow, I got that off the top of which is the one of the two the Baroque Works versus the Straw Hat Pirates ones where they're facing each other. This one's the Baroque Works one. So, Jill, rapid fire, which do you prefer, 37 or 21?
37. 21 is great, but like mostly if it's paired with the other one. 37, I really like the composition.
Okay, got it. 37. We're going to go through these again later rounds too. If you have opinions, we can go through.
In our bracket, 37 won 12-0. So that's in line with everyone else.
There you go. Yeah, you can't do half against a full. That one's tough. Sam will have opinions, I'm sure, as we get through.
Next up, we have volume 30 versus volume 11.
So volume 30, if I recall, is the Foxy one, right?
They are.
No, I'm sorry. Volume 30, that's 31. Volume 30 is the Eneru and Luffy one. Those are the only two characters on the cover with a intricate pattern behind Eneru. As Luffy's arms are outstretched with his chest showing, Jill. And volume 12, that's 12, right?
11. I think.
11?
Yeah,
Wow, I'm really
11.
messing this up. Volume 11 was recreated by the One Piece live action crew, I think. We've never mentioned that in our original discussions, but everyone's wearing very stylish clothing. Nami's sitting on a chair with a fan, and the rest just looking very stylish. Red background, right? I'm colorblind, I should probably.
I was about to say.
Is it what color?
It's like a slightly orange red.
Slightly orangey red.
Okay.
Blood orange.
I'm not
It's
that
fucking red. Definitely number 11. I do like the Eneru one, but this one's so classic.
All right.
Which one got this?
Number 11. It won 7-6. So this one was a close. I think it was a tiebreaker one, but it was very close.
I voted for 30. I think you did.
Wrong.
Sam, were you on that board?
What did I vote for? I like them both a lot. I'm not.
I do too.
Yeah, I can't be mad at either one winning.
I realize I tend to lead to anything that showcases more Straw Hats, like because it just feels like
Yes, generally.
Yeah, so I really liked their having the original 5 here together on that pink on the pinkish.
We got to move
one.
on. Express.
All right.
We gotta...
26 versus 41. Go, Jill.
All
we
right,
have
26. Can you describe this one? I've been talking.
26 is the first Skypiea cover with Chopper drinking out of the melon, Nami in her bikini top, and basically all the Straw Hats just doing their different posing on the clouds. And the other one is the Nico Robin flashback with
this was
Saul,
a vicious one too.
Saul in the background, Olvia, and Robin smiling in the front with Luffy.
Little Robin, yeah.
If it wasn't
Robin.
so red, I'd probably go with this one, but it just everything blends together. So 26.
Wow, just
Okay.
for the color red, which I could see.
Design.
That plays in the colors do sway a lot of things.
For me, maybe that's why all my decisions are different than everyone else's here. 'Cause...
it very well.
This
could be,
one though,
honestly.
I think I did agree with you on this one though, Jill, which is the correct decision. Okay, what's next?
All right, next we have 31 versus 24.
31 is the Nolan Kagura
Yep.
flashback one. 24 is the Shoujo and what's the name of the other monkey?
31. I don't like Bellamy.
31 is also what I chose.
Yeah.
I never mentioned this on the thing, but Robin just having her face in Bellamy's coat is a weird choice in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam,
yeah.
you gotta eat the mic when you're agreeing with me.
It reminds me of in Hope, one of the worst openings.
Yes, with Sanji.
When Sanji's cape is showing the
weird
Yeah,
cape.
which was actually the
Yeah.
best part of that opening, I thought, but it was terrible.
You guys are wrong. That's the worst part of that opening somehow.
All right, another
what's
one.
Next? I don't like that opening.
Okay,
Song's good.
this one was very contentious. So Jill, this is 23 versus 9. This is
23. Oh god.
This is the
wait, what round are we doing? These are
is
this is a
round
high
one?
round.
I'm hopping around just for the sake of
Oh,
Wait, why?
how is that going to make
I
sense
thought
though? I thought we were
doing the full
recreating the
bracket.
tournament. Yeah.
that would we'd be here for hours doing that.
True,
I was just
that's
doing
true.
some random.
Okay.
Throw
one
me
that-
whatever. I could do
Yeah,
others
okay.
online.
23
23.
is Vivi superimposed over each of the Straw Hats in their respective battles at Alabasta, and 9 is Nami with a tangerine atop her head, sitting on a cliffside with each of the Straw Hats as then existed at Orlong Park.
23.
Correct answer also.
Yes!
That's the right answer. Everyone else disagrees with us.
I don't know.
Everyone
I don't
else
know what to
disagrees.
tell you. Battle
Right? What was
poses are
the
just
what was the
cooler.
final? What was the final for that one?
23 lost this 3-10.
Wow. I'm sorry that other
So
people have
wrong.
such bad takes.
Thank you, Jill. Jill, you should have been there.
Sam,
Sam,
go
you
ahead,
can't
Sam.
speak to me. You prefer Pacific Rim 2.
Wait, what?
Did I say I prefer Pacific Rim?
Yeah, you said that. You said you like that they don't feel as clunky, and I was like, you're a crazy person. That's why we don't
What were you gonna
record that
say, Sam?
anymore.
What were you going to say? That's the reason?
I
I
can no
feel like
longer
I'm
trust his
surrounded-
judgment.
I feel like I'm surrounded by just bad people.
I love you too, Sam. No, you're 100% right, Jill, and you're so brave to be right. Right to be brave.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm nauseous.
23 specifically is great for the reason Greg mentioned, is that they're each fighting for her smile.
Yes.
That's them
Yep.
each fighting to get that smile out of Vivi, who's an amazing character and very underrated. Nami has better, like, there are better moments for Nami than this cover. I just think it's a
here's the
clunky
thing.
cover with giant feet.
Here's the
And I
thing.
don't
They're
get
all
why she has
Clunky.
such giant feet.
It's like the most elegant cover he's made ever.
Why
Okay.
is she? No.
Like,
Because she
here's
got
the
big
thing. What
feet.
are the Straw Hats doing in this? Luffy having a good time. Zoro, there's blood everywhere. He's clearly just killed a man.
He's literally like
Usopp is
mid-action, just like casually
But why?
swinging the sword,
at
and then blood
least
is
with 23,
flying.
they're all like
No.
in Alabasta
She has
fighting.
the Arlong tattoo still. She
No, I
hasn't
think
learned
they're
shit
all in,
yet.
They're
Yeah,
all in Arlong Park.
Yeah, they're all in their battles because Usopp's running away.
They're all
and
in
They're all in their
battles.
battles, but where did Luffy? Luffy's just having a good time. He'd be underwater dying.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
that's
the,
where he should be, dying
He's
underwater.
the smile. He's the shoulder to cry on. His
You guys
smile
are
is the
nuts.
reason
No.
why
And by
Nami
you guys, I
can
mean
have hope
Sam
in
and
her
everyone
life.
else on our Discord, which is the whole crew is insane except for me and Jill, and maybe Ken. I don't know.
This
what
comes
Ken-
as easy to breathing for him, and that's why he's going to be king of the pirates.
What's next? Any
All
more?
right. Yeah, we can do more.
This is how contentious this guy.
Next up we got 6 and 52. 6 being the one with the all in
6.
black. Okay.
Didn't even look at
Ooh,
52.
disagree. So 6 is Ken describe.
6 is the one with they're all in black suits standing on the stairs, and it's like their fashion week photo shoot. And the other one is 52, where it's the entire crew with Rayleigh at Saboti. The last time
Guys,
they're all
yeah,
together.
being
Before
very
I
they
just
split
love bread.
Okay, I get that. Look, Jill, I am also a bread lover. I
I have
baked
also got a
bread
cat.
during. That's true.
It's very funny that she's got just a bag of baguettes.
Yeah.
Interesting. No. This I really do like the cover of Volume 6 because it is so completely out of nowhere, and also cool and also ridiculous all at the same time. But 52 makes me so happy. Like that's like one
I'm
of
gonna
the
be real.
ideal
52 is
covers for
kind
me.
of boring as shit to me.
Oh, I love
okay.
52.
They're like,
52
oh, we're
is kinda
hugging,
okay.
and then Rayleigh's just there. What's up, old man?
Yeah, it's
Like-
the last
It's
cover
the
they get
last-
to be together
yeah.
on before they get
Yeah,
split up.
well,
Before they get split up.
fucking
There's like a
rifferonis.
wow, Jill. You had me and then you lost me.
Well, goodbye to you.
You were so right and then you were so
I'm
wrong.
still right.
Hmm.
All right, Jill. Here's another one. Here's 3 and 36.
All right, 3 is the famous Luffy with the cape, and
Oh,
Zoro.
3.
Yeah, that is the right answer.
Yeah,
You're
3
right.
rules.
Sorry, I mean these
And-
dudes are just wearing masks the whole time.
Yeah,
They look like
36 is
losers.
CP9 still masked with Luffy, and there's a fire.
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm
that's
not
an
afraid of
easy
a
one,
fez.
Ken. I don't know why you chose such an easy one.
I'm
there.
just trying
What
to
was
hop
what
around.
was the score for that one?
Of that one? The cape won 10-1.
And what was
There's
the
one more on.
before that? What was 6 versus 52?
Was 7-6. One vote
That was
separated.
close.
That was
okay,
very close.
Okay.
Do you want to do
Jill.
what the final 2 were and see what Jill picks between the final 2?
Yeah,
let's
let's
do
see
that.
what the final 2. Even though
All
I
right.
disagreed with almost all of the finalists.
All right. So when we finished our bracket, we got down to 2 volumes that went up against each other.
I want to
And it
know.
was-
I disagree with our bracket strongly. It was wrong. And
Well,
everyone
now,
was
so now,
wrong.
this is interesting because now knowing that Jill picked the VV cover over the Nami cover, I want to see how this goes because the final
True.
round for us was volume 37 versus volume 9.
Oh well, it's 37. I mean,
37, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
37 won 10
I
to
think
2.
I think I
in
voted
our-
for 37.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
37 is just
I was
the-
correct.
I
Yeah.
thought I was going to vote for 37, and then by the end I'd been
Right, I
warmed
remember
to
swayed.
9
Weak,
by the end.
weak psyche. There, you were swayed
Yeah.
by the ideas of others.
Jill's
Stick
right.
with your
You
gut.
should never
I was-
be
I was-
swayed
I was
by the
persuaded-
ideas of
I was,
others.
I did exactly what the bracket was
Your
supposed to do.
conqueror's
You-
hockey was not strong enough, and you fell into their pace.
You hold them in your hands. You ask yourself which one sparks joy, and then that teaches you where your heart
Ken.
really is.
And then
Yeah.
sometimes you
Is
make
there-
the wrong decision.
Is
No.
there one that you found most difficult that you have not included so far?
one that I found most difficult.
Yeah, you personally can.
I don't know.
Or
I
no.
feel like a lot of my like I got like most of my pre-time skip ones were I got more messed up in the post-time skip ones.
Post time skips more is
like,
more messy.
I
yeah.
voted for like the Yamato covers, and those kind of
Oh,
lost
well.
right away.
I have to say though, volume what is it? 101? Is that the Yamato one? Or 102? I mean,
uh,
or 99
Not-
or 98? I
well,
mean.
Yamato's on 98.
You
That's
just-
Okay, here.
Like
I
every
fucked.
number.
I am so tired.
Right, Jill,
98, I think.
Jill,
That's the
between
one
two
with
Yamato covers. Which one's better? The
Okay,
first one, the
there
second
you go.
one.
98 or 100. So
Oh,
98,
the second one for sure. I hate the coloring on the first one.
Are you
Are
serious?
they underwater?
Ken,
Like, what's
can
going
you
on?
No,
explain it?
it's Yamato's hair.
Well, it's not
It
really
starts
that
off white
clear.
and
It
it goes
just looks
green
like
and goes-
staining went wrong.
Oh my
Also-
god!
You gotta use color catcher when you put some fabrics in the wash, guys.
Plus, what's the meaning of it being Yamato's hair? Why is it Yamato's hair?
Because it was Yamato's first appearance. It's
But
like
if
their
the
chapter.
hair
So?
actually bled, maybe I'd get it. But it's just there on white,
Should-
and
should-
then there's blue.
Should Volume 1 have just like a shade of black going down it to symbolize Luffy's introduction?
Also, next one has Ace on there to remind you that he's dead, which I
Oh, he
always look for.
is. That's true. I'm so glad you brought this up so I could remember that he is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Let's do one more because we're
Okay,
gonna
one
do
more.
our final bracket tonight. So Jill, you're gonna cast the first vote for the final bracket
Oh,
tonight.
okay,
there
then.
you go.
okay.
Just in case we tie.
I'm
Yeah.
just
So
gonna
these are
pick the winner.
post time
You
skip?
gotta
skip.
pick
These
the
are
winner.
post time skip.
This is post time skip.
Okay.
These are the final two for the post time skip. Let me just pull it up real quick.
I'm pretty sure I've disagreed with. Well, no, actually, the post time skip.
The post time skip has been
yeah.
because like they're kind of like fresh in our minds. Like we don't have the nostalgia for a lot of the covers. I feel like. But all right. So for the post time skip
I don't
volume
have a ton of
covers.
nostalgia for the covers specifically. But
All right, Jill.
Oh,
62
this-
for 64.
can you describe 62 before
62
Jill
is the
answers?
first Fishman cover where it's Luffy standing in the middle, and you have Surumi and the Mermaid Princesses and Megalo and
Everyone.
Neptune. Everyone. It's
Very colorful.
big
rainbows.
rainbow. Everything there.
64.
64 is all the Straw Hats in their fighting poses during the big fighting the 1,000 men of Hody Jones. You have every single Straw
10,000.
Hat.
Come on.
So I don't know
10,000,
if you guys realize this. They have everyone on this cover except the most important mermaid of all. So
Shirahoshi.
she's literally not
Shirahoshi.
on there. And 64 is actually the first figure set that they made with Jinbei. So I have to go with
Ooh,
64,
this
really?
this is a legit tough one. So 64 went up against my favorite 106, right? It's my favorite.
106
I don't
is-
remember the number. 106,
106 is
Yeah.
the first Egghead cover.
which I think I have here. Which would you choose? 106 or 64? Jill.
probably 64.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's like classic
Yeah.
One Piece, and Nami just looks really
Yeah.
strange at this one. She looks like a doll.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Robin's the one who's but no, I think 106 just compositionally I've like fell in love with immediately. 64 I really love too.
64 is
but
just cool as fuck.
it is cool as fuck. It is
It's
100% a cool
it's
as
the
fuck.
Robin
It's
in
just
the
them
middle. The
aura
Robins in the
farming,
middle that
though.
really.
The Robins in the middle are and also I love Teenage Chopper and he never comes back.
I do like that form. That's probably my favorite form of his.
It is probably my favorite form too. And I like what a shame that we have not seen this.
And then
since.
General
Like,
Frankie
it
in the
pisses me
back,
off.
ominously.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dark shadows on that one is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah,
This is a good cover.
I've
No,
made the right
64
decision.
is a good cover. 106, if it were my final two, it would probably, well, actually, these three are probably my favorite post-time skips. So these are representative, I think. 106, 62, and 64. Like, shocking how Fishman Island really had some great covers, considering our thoughts on it generally.
Nothing shocking about that, Zach. It's a
Sure,
great
sure.
arc.
Shirahoshi was not on any of these covers, though.
Well, that's why I
No,
didn't pick
Shira.
'em.
Let me real
60.
quick.
Well, Jill, what is your favorite cover? Do you have one that, like, pops into your head?
66.
I don't know numbers, so I wouldn't be able to tell
Describe.
you.
Do you like
I- I-
66?
paint a
Literally
word color.
useless.
The
No, I wouldn't be able to do that. I have to
nicest
see it because I don't remember them.
Okay, well,
I could do brackets,
help
but I
you there.
can't describe you something.
okay.
Oh wait,
It's the one where Shirahoshi and I are hugging each other, and then Luffy's there giving me a thumbs up. He's like, "You did it, Jill."
Oh, it's 67.
No, that's wait.
Sorry,
Here.
that
Jill,
was very-
between these two Shirahoshi covers, which one do you prefer?
Oh,
We got 63 and 66.
Oh, that's a tough one.
66 should be like top 5.
Yeah,
66
probably
is good.
66. Because with Luffy and Jinbei, there is so good with Shirahoshi in the back.
And Shirahoshi's smiling.
Yeah,
the back,
yeah.
the back to
The
back.
back-to-back
is a
Luffy
great
Jinbei
pose,
is
yeah.
excellent.
I actually
They're in a
wish that
buddy cop
63
movie.
was better because I like Shirahoshi in it, but I think Fisher Tiger and Otohime, they could have done something better with them.
Agreed. I think they're both good concepts that are weirdly executed. Like, why is Smoker and Tashigi on the side they're on? And, like, shouldn't it be, like, Smoker and Tashigi on the bottom, and then Heckams and Tamago?
I just wish they weren't there,
or...
to be honest. I wish it was just Shirahoshi, Jinbei, and Luffy.
I thought you were going to say just Shirahoshi.
I like the subtle shifting of Smoker and Tamago here with the rainbow.
That's where the egg comes from.
We found Buggy's parents.
I love Baron Tamago, like, deeply.
He's
and
great.
Peckham's is great, too.
Baron Tamago is just, like, one of those characters that's just like, what the fuck was Oda doing? Like, really, the whole time. Crazy.
Perfect. And doesn't fit in any of the motifs for Whole Cake Island or that.
And he's not one of her kids, right? He's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
He
who
likes
turns
tea
into
parties.
a chicken.
Yeah.
Niwatori.
He's got long legs.
Yeah.
He's excellent.
Wears an egg around. Like,
yeah, he's probably like in my top 5 most ridiculous character. Like, yes.
I love Whole Cake so much. Whole Cake is great
so
arc.
Good.
Well, Tamago, all his moments are really, except for the one, or outside of Whole Cake Island, like, specifically. Like, the stuff in Dressrosa when he shows up is very funny, and Fishman Island, very funny.
Yeah.
Like, both menacing and ridiculous. And the French, Steven.
It's like that
was like Steven's first chapter, I think, was like around then.
Them being introduced both in like the pink suits and the sunglasses, like being like, you better give us the candy or else. Like, what a good introduction to her crew. I love
yeah, I do love. I need to do a real Whole Cake Island reread.
Straight out
Dude,
Pulp
I'm having such a good time in my rewatch. It's taken me a couple years because I'm watching like along with some streamers, but man, Dressrosa, wild what goes on in there.
Yeah, you go into Dressrosa, but you're not the same person when you come out of Dressrosa.
One of my coworkers is in Dressrosa watching it, and he's like, okay, so Senor Pink and Frankie just started fighting, so I figure I'm most of the way through Dressrosa now. And I'm like, no. I was like, let me tell you how long you got, buddy.
You got halfway, maybe.
And I was like, and from here on out, just expect this. Like, you get Zoe, and that's it, really, as a break.
If you consider, I love Zoe. That I do think is its own.
Now, do we consider it an arc?
Saying...
Yeah, Zoe's its own thing because it's not really like,
okay,
it is in
we're
between
done.
arcs.
We're done. Jill was mostly correct.
I was correct completely. Zach just has bad opinions, but we forgive him.
No,
for that.
I had good opinions. It's just
Incorrect.
one bad opinion. I agreed with you on everything else.
Well, then I'm sorry you're not really got the best opinions. You just have slightly worse ones.
Jill was the most right about Vivi. That's all that matters.
We have lots of great guests coming up over the next few weeks on the podcast, including Golfer Gare is returning, Anthony Bowling, former ADR director for One Piece, and Emily Fajardo on separate episodes. Also, ADR director for One Piece, and Chris Dobbins returns and more. My throat is like, one sec. I'll tell Delaney to cut that out. We'll see if she does. But for the One Piece podcast, everyone, we'll see you next week with a new episode. My name is Zach. Goodbye, everyone.
Maji.
Bye-bye.
Maji! Anytime.
How do you think Buggy got out of the egg?
Surprise!
like a clown at a birthday
No, the
party?
buggy ball. He was born with it.
Like a Jack in the Box.
I mean, does he get to bring his knives in there?
That's how they got the egg
No,
open.
Roger gave them to him as a birthday present, but like, I assume that he was born with the buggy ball and just exploded out of it with confetti. And they're like, shit, now we have a second child.
God, this fucking egg.